everyone, welcome back to episode 48 of the Quarantine Cast here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, and I'm very excited for the show we have for you today. We've got Guy Himber back with us to talk about his latest Kickstarter project, Crazy Legs, and then we've got Jeff, Kirk, and Brian that we'll be chatting about the Kickstarter project as well as all of the crazy news from the LEGO community over this past week. So a little bit different show for you today as well, because Timmy, who's normally in the background screen sharing, has been called in to serve his country in jury duty this morning. So we might not have all of the fancy graphics going nonstop and everything, but we'll still have a good show for you anyway. So why don't we launch on in here, Guy? For people who haven't seen the last episode with you, which people should check out if they haven't, because you talked about some of your other projects in that one. But for people who haven't seen that, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself here?
Well, thanks again for inviting me. I know we're all really concerned about the upcoming boba crisis. You can see my tea, no boba in here, so I think we're all preparing for that shortage.
It's a famine out there. It's so sad.
It's not going to be good for us. Yeah, it's a lot of supply chain issues. But I'm glad we're all here to talk about that today, because I brought a lot of research regarding tapioca. Josh, if you'd like to start on the tapioca discussion.
I personally love tapioca. I love the tapioca pudding. I love it in my bubble teas. I mean, is there anywhere that it's not amazing? I'm glad you did so much research into this, because I feel like it's an area that hasn't gotten the respect that it deserves, Guy.
Well, can we revisit that at the end of the chat? Because I
really want to talk about it some more right now, but if you insist, we can come back to it.
Okay. And then we can also talk about Rodan at the end as well.
Yeah. Kirk said he wanted to talk about that for a long time.
Excellent. Well, so yeah, a lot of fun stuff has happened on Kickstarter. I think since we were here last time, we wrapped up and delivered all the Dino Dudes materials, which was pretty crazy. That was our biggest Kickstarter to date. We shipped out upwards of 1,400 parcels. It was crazy, but just could not be happier with how well all the pieces turned out. I think when I was visiting you guys last time, we had some prototypes to show. At this point, we have finished pieces to show. But one of the big exciting things from Dino Dudes that I wanted to start with is we have a contest going on, and there's an opportunity to get one of these super legendary limited color, I call it Barney Purple. There's only about a dozen of these that were created, because the torso is near impossible to get in that color. I would have liked to offer this as a standard color, but it just didn't make any sense, because you just can't get this torso in any quantity in this color. In fact, I'll show you a secret about this torso. All right. That is where this torso came from. That is one of the earliest Dumbledore torsos from way back in the Harry Potter sets. And as near as I can tell, that's pretty much the only place this came in. So I bought out the dozen or so that were available on Bricklink, and that's kind of it. I haven't seen them show up again. So this was done as a special award to contributors to the Dino Dudes project. I had a few extra ones, and I only want to award them as special acknowledgments or as winners of contests. So there is a vignette contest going on. The winner of that vignette contest will get this special little guy right here. And then second and third place will actually get sets of parts in this color, but the torso, they're just not out there. So I highly encourage people, do your best and give him a home in your collection.
So where can people find more info about that contest?
If you just go to the Crazy Bricks page up at the top, I'm sure the visual effect will come in here, right, Josh? Like right?
Yes. Just give it a minute.
Okay. Boom. Up at the top, there's a little thing that says Barney Vignette Contest or something. If you click on that, that'll give you all the info. And I think there's about a month left to it. But yeah, people started to do entries, and always excited to see what people come up with.
Perfect. And here is some more about Crazy Legs. So I think Brian is going to help with the screen sharing here. So good job with that, Brian. So
nice job, Brian.
Yes,
Okay.
Brian really coming through with the professional stream today. So is this the general website for all the products you made here?
Yeah, this is the landing page just
Okay.
for the Crazy Bricks, but at the very, very top of it should be right there. So it says Dino Dudes Vignette Contest at the very top. Click on that.
Yep.
I'm pointing at my screen as if Brian can see me pointing. Go back to there you go at the very, very top of the page, Brian.
The very top, Brian. All the way, keep going up.
There you go.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah, click on there. Perfect. And yeah, it's simple contest, not too many rules. We're not a contest about reading the rules, which is kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's like there's 4 or 5 rules. Outside of that, go crazy, have fun, be super creative.
I like that. Sometimes I'll look at a building contest and I'm like, I'm not reading the Constitution here. I'm just want to build some Lego. What is all this?
Dude, I who started me on that? I think it was the Classic Castle. When I first started building, I had entered some contests with them, and they are just the worst with rules. They have a big old sheet of it, and then if you do something that works outside of the rules, then they say, oh no, you can't do that. And you're like, well, wait a minute, the rules don't say that. And they go, well, we talked about this on our one posting. And then you go to this online post and there's like 70 pages of the stuff interpreting the rules. And they're like, well, yeah, if you look at page 40, of 70 pages, paragraph 17, third sentence in, we specifically address that. I'm not going to build anything if I'm going to spend, 3 days going through all the commentaries on the contest rules. I don't like that. Yeah, keep it. And very important, look at rule number 8. That is the one most important rule. Vignettes will be judged on dinotivity, dino originality, man-eating skills, and cleverness. So those are the standards by which we will be judging vignettes.
I mean, is there really any other way to judge a dino contest?
What's that?
Is there really any other way to judge a dino contest? I think that pretty much hits all the main points.
I mean, we were going to put nunchaku skills in there, but we, again, in the effort to keep it simple, we took out the nunchuk part.
Probably a good call.
I think so. Yeah.
So that's the dino contest. Then anything else related to the dino figs, or is that project pretty much wrapped up for you?
The big one to show. We do have some limited amount of figures available. Like we kind of, the goal was to create as much as we need to support the Kickstarter. There's a couple colors and things we did beyond the Kickstarter. And actually, I can show you one of my favorite ones. So you're seeing it there. If we can, Brian, zoom in on me if we can.
There we go.
This might be one of my favorite figures we've ever done. That is a steampunk fossil T-Rex.
Wow.
So that is I think it's like 20 different pad prints on this one. This one and the Brachiosaurus are probably the most pad printing. How hard to get a Brachiosaurus over here. Yeah, the Brachiosaurus is, the big long neck and the double set of legs, but all of the fossil style dinosaurs could be my favorite thing we've done. Here's a steampunk pterodactyl. Yeah, but they just turned out beautiful.
That is super cool. Yeah, that gold and brown works so well together on those minifigs. I don't think I've ever really seen another minifig that looks like that.
Yeah, it was an idea that I had early on, and we set it as a stretch goal. And here, I'll show you. This is the standard fossil one. I'll pop them open. And I'm trying to remember what idea inspired it from. It's probably, like the Halloween costumes people had as kids and things. And I just thought to myself, if we did an all-black minifigure and just bones on it and just kind of let it float in a dark room, it would just be the bones. And yeah, that's just turned out sweet. Really, really happy with those.
Beautiful. Have you switched up the printers over the years with these projects, and do you feel like you've kind of improved on that stuff, or how has that kind of progressed for you over the years?
So the factory, this nearly killed them because factory, there's 5 different characters, and each one has its own, multiple set of things. So we were trying to do them in a stencil setup initially, but the lines weren't crisp enough. So we ended up going to pretty much all pad printing on it to keep it crisp. And yeah, I think I nearly broke the factory. There was a couple calls where I could hear people crying in the background and divorces being initiated. And I was, yeah, this is on me. I can't blame anyone else.
That's how you know you've made a groundbreaking product, though,
Yeah, it's true. And yeah, to Mrs. Johnson, again, I'm sorry, ma'am. It was my fault. Don't blame your husband. But yeah, I was pushed the factory a little more than I normally would, and I think they just kicked butt on it. Yeah, so having done that, we're kind of pushing them a little more in the upcoming projects, just because they've figured out they have the capacity to do it comfortably for them, and I've figured out the best way to communicate it to them to do that. So we're just going to keep working on that theme and pushing the printing everywhere.
I love to hear it. Very cool. Well, we can move on to the Crazy Legs project now, because this is your current project. We want to make sure we give you time to chat about this and definitely get the word out to everyone. Before we launch in with this project is currently going on. So if you like what you hear from Guy about this project, definitely make sure to go over and support this on Kickstarter. We'll throw a link in the chat here as well for everyone watching. You can go over and check this out. But yeah, why don't you tell us about kind of the inspiration behind this and how your past projects have led into this?
Can Brian play like the little intro video off the Kickstarter page? Is that something we have capacity to do?
so sorry.
Not with audio, no.
Not without. All right, even if we could see it without the audio, I could give the audio to it, but rather than me give a drawn out explanation of them, the video, which I think is 30 seconds, I can kind of narrate that through as it goes.
There we go. I couldn't figure out what screens to do.
Oh, nice. Well done. So basically, Crazy Legs are based sort of from the same inspiration as Crazy Arms were, where I wanted to do a plug and play solution so that minifigures could just be more dynamic. We know what the legs look like in their standard pose, and I was like, the proportions are so weird on a minifigure. What would all of those strange, weird stretches and stuff look like? And we spent a lot of time developing the look of these and the language of them. Oh, and also we just unlocked our latest stretch goal too. We have there's two different 3-packs. So basically, when you pledge, you get a 3-pack of existing poses. So I think if you keep rolling up here, you'll see the first 3-pack. Keep going, almost there, right there. Okay. So the 3-pack it started with were these 3 poses. So that's the sniper, the step up, and the high kick. So every one of those, I think we're up to 7 colors now. When you make a pledge, you get that 3-pack with those 3 poses in whatever color you want to choose for them. They're all the same color. And then just yesterday, if we keep scrolling down, we just unlocked the stretch goal of the second pack, which has now these 3 additional poses. So you could choose to get this 3-pack potentially, which is super, flight, and kneeling. And again, same thing, you get that pack, it's those 3 poses in it. Choose which of the 7 colors you want for it.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm going to interrupt you just a little bit. So that super and that high kick that you just unlocked is coming out just in time for the Legend of the Ten Rings minifigures that are coming out from Lego. So, if you want to be able to have your characters from that, being in those poses that they are in the movie, this is probably your best way to do it without having to manipulate the legs and take them apart and everything else like so many of us do. And we, photograph stuff. So that's awesome.
You can always get a heat gun too. I tell all the kids, gosh, get a heat gun. You can pose it any way you want.
Don't do that, kids. Please
don't do that. I mean, don't do that, kids. Joshua, thank you.
They're very impressionable here on YouTube, okay, Guy? You got to be careful.
All right, my bad. I meant to say don't do that. Thank you. So these, we did about a dozen different poses, looked around, got those down to like the top 8. And then these were the 6 that we kept. There was a couple other poses we would have liked to have done, but in this particular manufacturing setup, 6 was the most things I could fit into one mold setup, because they're strangely way more complicated and involved to mold, because they were done with an eye toward what they looked like and not an eye toward what's easy to manufacture. So what I mean by that is, most stuff in Lego is pretty square and 90-degree. This basically is the opposite of that. So everything was just done for aesthetics and dynamic purposes, and no real regard for what would be easy to manufacture. So strangely enough, it's going to be one of the more expensive molds we've probably done when it's all said and done. Even though it's just making 6 parts out of there, I think it will be the most expensive mold that we've done to date.
All right, so Guy, I'm infamous for my totally legit questions that I ask designers, and
Sure.
you count for that. So
Sure.
I've got 5 questions for you that should cover all of our bases. I think I'm going to narrow it down to 3, just because I want to narrow it down to 3. So this is like your 137th like Kickstarter, and everybody got your product the first time, and they were like, "Oh my God, Munchkin chainsaw! I'm all about it." Now they have chainsaws and whatnot. And this, you put up, and you're like, okay. And then maybe you went to go get a cup of tea, or went out to dinner, and came back, and you were like, oh, we're funded already. So 2 hours to get this thing funded. Is Kickstarter just like old hat for you guys at this point now, or is it still a complicated process?
So certainly, the more Kickstarters you do, the more familiar you become with the odd little tweaks you have to do it, and the way that you have to communicate stuff into it, and the fulfillment part is a big challenge too. So I think in the fairy tale version, you just put anything to Kickstarter, it automatically funds 2 minutes later, you make $1 bazillion. That's kind of the fairy tale. But the truth of it is, I have ideas that I really like, that I'd like to see. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone in my audience wants to see those same ideas. So in as much as we've done a dozen or more Kickstarters, we have had 1 or 2 that didn't fund for various reasons. And you probably learn way more from the ones that didn't fund than the ones that did fund, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And, bigger successes obviously mean bigger problems at the tail end. Like the fulfillment on Dino Dudes, which was our biggest one, nearly killed me. It was just a crazy amount of management and shipping, and then my shipping guys and I are just still getting through the very last of the customer service from that project. I think we maybe have like a half a dozen active tickets still for just maybe someone got shipped the wrong color, or when you're printing labels, like you're doing, hey, let's just print 500 labels. There's plenty of chances in there for there to be a mechanical failure. So maybe like a label got skipped when a roll got changed, or just didn't print. So that's always a part that you're trying to get better at, is that fulfillment aspect, and the customer service part of it is just challenging. So this one, Crazy Legs, isn't a big, broad appeal project.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes was big. Everybody likes dinosaurs. That one was a no-brainer. But I like to mix it up. I like to do projects that are big, broad ones, also with very specialized ones. Because, like Crazy Legs, you and I, we need to see these. These are the kind of things that we want and things that we want to play with. But not everybody does that. A lot of people are just in a very comfortable spot where they just want a minifigure and they don't want to think any more about it, except, hey, it's, and drop it down and they're done. Wherein we're like, hey, what if you took the Hulk and gave him spider legs and, put Wanda's face on him? That's what I want to do with my minifigs. Right. You always have to remember, that's us. That's not the majority of people out there. So,
well, not to countermand that, and I don't mean to ever do that, but so there's a lot of people that do toy photography these days, and it's either with Marvel Legends or whatever. But there's also a good group of folks that are doing toy photography with Lego minifigures and Lego in general, creating little scenes and stuff. And I know one guy has been doing a comic for like 10 years, just straight up Lego comic, and using Lego minifigures. And the first time that he posted something with your Crazy Arms project, I was blown away by it, and I was like, tell me more about this. And that's when I got keened on to whatever you do. So like, I think there's a lot more people that are doing the toy photography thing these days since the pandemic and everything else that are more akin to this type of stuff than I think that, a lot of people realize, because, like look at Kirk, who, builds superhero stuff, and he loves to build Batman stuff. So now I can build Batman, posing correctly, and, or Superman flying exactly like you just showed off with your pterodactyl. So it's really cool that that's finally happening. Have you what are some other crazy things that you want to do but you haven't done yet with your lines of product?
I mean, I have a pretty big idea list, like things that I'd like to do. And if, money was no object, or I just owned a factory that was just owed me a favor and was going to make injection molds for me all day, I have a big, long laundry list of stuff that I'd love to get done. But the reality is I can do about 4 projects a year. So I have to kind of take my idea list and see what will comfortably fit in about 4 projects per year. Because setting up the molds is always the biggest expense in any of these endeavors. And I could just lay out that cost in the beginning, but then you run the risk again of maybe it's an idea that I think is fantastic, but there's just not enough support for whatever that idea is. So what was the original question? Hang on, I got to drink this tea some more.
That was basically it. I rambled on for a little bit and was asking about how many other crazy projects you have in mind, because, when you released Mouse Guard, I was like, some dude did Mouse Guard, because my friends and I play the board game, so that was cool to see. And you just, it's just like, all right, that's great. So I'm super happy with everything that you're doing, and that helps out the community a whole lot. So that's all I got.
Oh, excellent.
Well, I can't believe you don't own your own factory yet, Guy.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't think I want that job. I mean, I come from a industrial design background and have worked in plenty of effects facilities and stuff where we're physically creating everything that we make. But there is a charm to doing all the work that's all fun and, flouncy with quill feathers and just drawing it. And then you send it off to the factory like, be gone, idea. And then months later, like boxes of stuff show up. There is a charm to that, because having been on the manufacturing end out in the trenches, that's a lot of management and work and logistics that I'm certainly happy to hand over to the factory. Having done that many a time, it's nice to have someone else doing that, someone you're in a collaboration with that can handle that part. But the fulfillment part is really the biggest part. So I wish it was purely a creative endeavor and all you got to do is just be creative and things show up. But it's a business you're always trying to build, and I think that's the creative part we got down, the manufacturing part we got down, but the shipping and logistics is always really where you're trying to do better. And the social media part, that's obviously a huge part right now too. Yeah, I need a Brian. I need my own Brian to just sit around and push the buttons for me.
We all need more Brians in our lives.
We all need a Brian. He did so good. Did you see when I said, Brian, could we even imagine getting that Crazy Bricks video? And bam, there it was. Or was Joshua did that?
No, that was Brian.
See, Brian's good. I like that.
And you're also making dreams come true, like Anna's comment here. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities with this.
Okay. If she does Angela Lansbury doing a roundhouse, I'm down with that. Tell her to contact me privately, and we'll make sure that can happen. Idea. That's sound. Strong. So I can show you guys. Everything's in a prototype stage. So these are all made of resin. They are not finished pieces. But when we're doing prototyping or we're doing photography, these are the pieces that are out there. So this is the superhero landing pose, which is very much that like from like Deadpool, where they, superhero landing, so hard on the knees. But that was kind of the inspiration for this. But again, trying not to make it too limiting, it makes a great pose like this. With Shelly Corbett, who's one of the photographers we do a lot of collaborating with, we just did a Peter Pan scene where Peter Pan was up like this against, let's see, do I have hook? Oh, okay. Oh, here's that Angela Lansbury kick. So imagine this is Angela. I can
Yes.
see it.
The,
Yeah,
the
that's
possibilities
happening.
are limitless.
There you
That
go.
is happening. Yeah, Angela. If I don't, how hard could we get to that? Is that? Well, I can't screen share, can I? That's too complicated.
Yeah, you should be able to. If
All right. Let's
down
see.
at the bottom, there's a share button.
Oh, I see. So that'll just show the whole screen if I
You can share. I think one of your. You can choose which tab from your browser to share.
Oh, okay. All right, give me one second. I'm going to try to pull up this one picture, which is kind of relevant to this discussion. Let me just pop it up in Photoshop.
While you do that, we'll get Kirk's thoughts on how he would use some of these crazy legs in his builds. What do you think, Kirk?
I mean, personally, I think they're very good. You did a great job with them, Guy.
Thank you.
Personally, for me, I would definitely use them in a lot of superhero builds, like Jeff was mentioning earlier, just because of the different poses. You can't really get that sort of a pose with like a standard minifigure, like as much as you may try. At least for me, when it comes to making a mock that involves a minifigure in some sort of action sequence, I think that these molds would definitely help out a lot with that to add more life to the scenery of like what's going on. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I think there are a lot of uses for it. Let's see. We've got. Is this the image you were looking for, or something else?
Is it Peter? Oh, here I found it. Is it the one with Peter Pan and Captain Hook?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, here I just got it on mine too. All right, if you got it, great. So as you're looking at this one, the thing that I like about the crazy legs, like the bounce that we struck, is as you look at this, nothing really looks unnatural about it. To be fair, you know the little stumpy, strange legs that a minifigure has, we've just kind of accepted that proportion because we all grew up with it. But in truth, it's very odd. It's a very weird, strange proportion for legs. So taking this proportion that anywhere else would be very strange, but we've normalized it, and then putting it into these action poses, it was really hard to do and not make them look strange. So this was a lot of work to make this feel like something that doesn't draw your eyes to it, if that makes sense. We wanted
Make it look more natural in a way.
Yeah, if we did it right, it shouldn't draw too much attention to itself. It should just feel like, oh yeah, that's normal. That's what those little weird legs would totally be doing. And this was just one that we were bouncing around some ideas, and Shelly just took it and ran with it. She just happened to have a cool background and a ship in her photo studio, and then we dropped them in, and then we did a little Photoshop on it to push them into the colors they needed to be. Because again, everything's really just gray. Nothing is not gray. That is the color of every crazy leg in existence right now. It's just gray because they're only resin. Obviously, in production, they'll match all the appropriate colors, so they'll fit into Legoland without trying to.
No, they're all just gray, right? No other colors.
Yeah, I mean, we could spray paint it, but then you're committed. The beauty of gray is it shows off light and shade really well, and you can take that gray into Photoshop fairly painlessly and change that into whatever color you want. So in Peter Pan, that's all full of lies and smoke and mirrors. There are no green Peter Pan legs. There are no dark red ones. That's just all Photoshop cheatery to make that happen.
To be fair, Peter Pan in that picture is not messing around. He's got both of his daggers out, so I don't think he's gonna arrest Captain Hook anymore.
Peter Pan's a badass. Let's not mess about. One thing we didn't have time to do on this one, we were also going to use the flight legs, and we were going to put a little Tinkerbell in there and shrink her down. But we'll do that in another picture at some point. But again, as I imagine what these legs would look like doing this, this is how they look. I mean, that just, again, feels good. It feels right. And I'm going to show you, where did I put it? There's one, here it is. So there was a number of poses we went through, and we could only, like I said, make room for 6 in that mold. This is one of the poses that we will put into a mold later for another project. But this is going to be like the Doctor Strange Yoga Master type mold.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen on another one. And she's got a cute little set of butt cheeks in her. Or if it was Doctor Strange, you could say that he has a cute set, a little budgie. But just the way that it naturally kind of sculpted out, she has a cute little bum. And then that's your connections in the bottom.
Very, very unique. I love it. Yeah. I mean, it's just so obvious of a thing when you look at minifig legs. They're so restricting, just the ones that Lego sells. So it makes so much sense to be able to pose your characters like this.
Yeah, it's cool. And also, too, you know, we want to be respectful of the copyright of the minifigure. So the minifigure is copyrighted as a very specific, you know, size and a look. You know, we don't want to mess with that. That's protected. We want to be respectful of that. We wanted to do stuff that was way outside of that window, but still, obviously, we're huge fans of the minifigure and Lego too, and that's always what we're trying to do. We're trying to do stuff that we don't think that Lego is in a position to do, or it's just not a broad enough of an audience for Lego to do. So that kind of leaves that space for us to go in there and play and do fun stuff.
And once again, for everyone watching, make sure you can go support this project right now. It's on Kickstarter. Let's see, I think there's 22 days to go here on the project. So go over there and support it before time runs out. Get to those stretch goals. All of these cool crazy legs are available. So lots of neat stuff for you to support over there. Like we've talked about, Guy has done a lot of really neat projects in the past. Always super impressive stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this. After the project ends, Guy, will this stuff be for sale on your website, or how does that normally work?
So once the Kickstarter funds, then from behind the scenes, behind the curtain place, we'll then go ahead and finance at the manufacturing of the molds themselves. So then we're cutting aluminum, we're cutting steel. That's a multi-month process to do that. Once that's done, we generate prototypes. Those have to go through approvals. Once that's done, we do colorway approvals. That has to be done. And then finally, they actually get manufactured. Finally, that'll ship to me. And then I send everything out to the Kickstarters first. So they're always the priority. And they usually have the opportunity to get stuff at the best price with the most variety of colors or options. After that fulfillment has been done and they're all taken care of because they are the main focus, the main priority, then whatever materials are left would go to the store. So just depending on how long it takes to fulfill, typically it's 6 months, I would say, from the time the Kickstarter ends. Just depends how far along we are in the process or how involved the pieces are. Dino Dudes was such a complex project, and we added so many stretch goals that actually went 3 months over the expected delivery date because we just added so much to it. So we will give approximates on a Kickstarter, but that's it. It is purely an approximate. We don't have any masters to serve in that regard. The deadline is however long it takes to get it done well. And then when they're ready, that's when we start sending stuff out. So to answer your question, I don't know.
We'll find out.
It'll happen unless I get hit by a bus. If I get hit by a bus, the whole process stops. Done. So
that just puts a lot of things on hold at that point.
Yeah, hit the bus thing, it's hard to allow for that, but it could happen.
Well, it is exciting. I'm glad you're continuing to do these projects. So I'm glad you could join to chat today. Guy, it's always great to get updates from what you have going on. So keep up the great work.
Thanks.
And I did notice a super chat came in earlier, right, Brian?
That's correct. The one that's the longest I've gone.
Brian, a moment.
LME Toys, building your mind one brick at a time, from the one and only Esh Daddy. Thank you very much, Esh Daddy, for the 1999 super chat. We always appreciate your support here on Beyond the Brick.
That's exactly right. So with that Esh Daddy transition, I think we'll move into the news and the happenings Lego community. So Brian has been sending me messages. He's probably been messaging everyone he knows just constantly with the recent announcements coming out of Lego this week, some new products.
Wait, Joshua. So you know Carl, right? Remember the guy that was here, the Lego designer Carl, right?
Yes.
Okay. He sent me a letter and he sent me a box. I can't show the box, but I can show the letter.
Okay, we'll see what this says.
All right. So it says, Dear Jeff, we understand that family can be a problem, and, having a brother is also a problem, too. So we decided to send you Super Luigi. That way, when Brian goes off about Mario, you can just simply hold this up whenever you would like to, let him know that just because he's a Mario brother doesn't mean that he's the Mario brother. All these, sincerely, Carl and the Super Luigi team. P.S. Don't worry, Jeff. You're much funnier than Brian.
Thank you for sharing that heartfelt letter, Jeff.
And it's not a Brick Mania inventory list that I have. That's why I wrote it right here. But yeah.
Guy's face really captures what went on.
We went into some deep water there. I feel like there's a whole background to that.
Give me a second here. There's trash flowing outside. I gotta be right back. Hold on.
There's what? Oh,
Hey, April.
What's the term? A lot to unpack. A lot of unpacking with all that just
Look,
happened.
all I know is that I obviously bonded with Carl really well, and he thought it was super nice to send me a box that doesn't exist, full of Luigi product that I didn't get. And, it's great.
I can tell you a cool Carl story if you'd like.
I was just gonna say, Carl was from your area over there, right?
Oh yeah. So way back in the old days, I think it was one of the early West Coast conventions. Before Carl was a designer, he was just a guy who was building Lego at home. We met at one of the Lego conventions, and he knew me better than I knew him. Instantly became pals, and he was like, "Man, my first Lego convention. What do I do?" And I said, "What you do is you and I sign up for every single fan contest that they're having here. So just come with me. We're going to sign up for everything." So we signed up for every contest we could, and I think we won every contest. Carl and I left with probably about 20 different boxes of Lego products. And we're both sitting with all these boxes. And he's like, "Does this happen at every convention?" And I was like, "Only when you go to the convention with me, Carl. So you only can go with me." But yeah, he's Carl's super, super fun, nice guy. Obviously, very talented builder. And when I was over in Billund area a couple years ago, I got to spend some cool time with him and his family, and go visit, the Lego headquarters and all that. But just couldn't ask for a cooler, more fun, creative, chill guy. Yeah, very nice guy. Although he didn't send me anything, Jeff. So apparently, you're in way better than I am with Carl. There would be a strongly worded I am heading his way. Oh, yes.
We are super best friends, even if he doesn't know it.
Okay.
It's a one-sided friendship, but it still works.
Hi, Brian.
Thank you for sharing Carl's stories. It's always great to hear more about Carl and the work that he has done in the community and as a Lego designer.
Yeah. And his movie was good too. Carl's in a movie. Don't you guys know this?
Oh, the documentary?
Yeah.
Or whatever that, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to say like
weirdo.
the Zack Snyder cut. Carl's in that one.
Yes, exactly.
He plays a Green
He
Lantern.
might be. I don't know.
Brian, it looks like you have something to say, but I don't know.
We're going to turn it over to Brian for the next hour or two now.
We are 37 minutes into this show, and the one thing I've been looking forward to all year long has finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. Luigi is making his way into Lego form in the Lego Super Mario Play system. Ooh, baby.
Oh, not Peach's Castle?
Not yet.
Okay.
One step at a time, Jeffy.
What if we get Rosalina's castle first, Brian?
Shh, she doesn't have a castle. Nitwit.
Why not?
Okay. So, in the time of the last quarantine cast, we had our toys talking to us and advertising to us without us having our consent, by the way. But that's a wider discussion after I talk about Luigi. Oh. And then amongst the talking, there was some information coming out from over across the seas. Big thanks to Amazon China. Love you, China. Thank you so much. for making it known to the universe. And then, but Beyond the Brick and Lego, can we talk about this because it's on a retailer site? And nope, nothing. Because now on Twitter, they announced Lego Luigi, formerly in a video on YouTube. It is ready to rock and roll. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to a starter set in August.
Ooh.
August 1st, 2021, just like it was before with Mario. On the 1-year anniversary of it being available, we're getting another one. And I'm excited. I'm going to share my screen and show you.
Now, I seem to recall someone saying that they would never do Luigi in the same style as Mario.
Oh,
I recall someone saying
Now,
that
hold on.
too.
Now, hold on. It was with certain stipulations that I had in my mind. Now, obviously, full transparency here, ladies and gentlemen. Everything pertaining to the corporate plans of a multi-billion-dollar corporation, right? No idea what's going on. None of us know. We don't work at the company. I know nothing. All right.
So what you're
Nobody's
saying
sliding into my DMs with leaks. I'm not that important, I guess. All right.
Okay.
So I don't actually know anything. I'm only guessing. Now, with Luigi, when you go with Mario, right? Fill in the blank, Mario and Luigi. It's not going to be Peach. It's not going to be Yoshi. So clearly, Luigi would be the next character that they do. And I still maintain that they wouldn't allow you to have the various suits the one specifically designed for Mario to be in Luigi, because in like the builder hat, it's got the red M on it. Nintendo wouldn't want that. So either they're going to implement into the character itself that it won't read, or there's going to be a whole other slew of sets specific for Luigi, which I doubt. There may be one or two, but not the whole entire assortment. So do you mind sharing my screen here, Joshua? I have the actual pre-order page up here that you can pre-order right now, August 1st. So this is what Luigi looks like right here. What people have noticed, what I have noticed as well, he is slightly taller than Mario by 1 brick overall. So keen-eyed folks said that between you going from the feet to the overalls are the same size. Overalls are the same size, but there's different increments where he's a little bit taller. So he's a little bit taller in the head, a little bit taller in the hat, and the feet overall. So it will be a little bit thinner than Mario as well. So it's not a complete carbon copy. On the molding for the face, there's a little bit of an indent to imply that it's a narrower face. But yes, he'll have, I want to say, a lot of the same features, if not the identical features of Mario, except with the voice actor, obviously being Charles Martinet, with the Luigi lines instead of Mario. We saw from the Twitter teaser that they're having Yoshi capabilities where you ride the Yoshi and gulp up enemies and do all that. This starter course comes with a lot more than the initial Super Mario starter course. You got Boom Boom, Bone Goomba, Pink Yoshi, 280 pieces, lots of interactive tiles. The Mario starter course was, 231? And you got Bowser Jr. and a Goomba, but now you get a whole other character with the Pink Yoshi. So very, very cool. We knew this was happening because the thing that happened with the Mario toy, somebody discovered on Twitter, I did a short about it, so to just do good everyone else, right? Is that when you had Mario sleeping on his side for 3 minutes and then you turn him back up, he called out for Luigi. So we knew that Luigi was coming. And the social media person over at Lego has also been liking these tweets of people saying, oh, we really want Luigi. And then a little like right there. And then someone else comments, oh, wouldn't it be great if we got Luigi for the Super Mario? Stay tuned for more information. When they do stay tuned, all right, yes, okay, it's going to happen. It was just a matter of when. And so the cat got out of the bag when it was listed on Amazon China. And now we got the official reveal of all of it here. So I'm excited, obviously. Probably so big shout out, by the way, to the one and only Echo Bricks in the chat. I was watching the Tricky Bricks live stream, just minding my own business. Flynn was talking about something, no clue what it was. And I just see in the chat, he didn't even tag me, but I saw he typed, Brian, Brick Set has Lego Luigi. And I'm like, Echo Bricks wouldn't lie to me. All these other kids, they would lie to me. They would deceive me, but not Echo Bricks. Went on to Brick Set. There it is. So Big shout out to Echo Bricks.
Can I ask a question?
If you'd like.
All right. So, and maybe because I don't know about all this, but
okay. Listen. By the way, I'm sorry. Like I know you have the very passion
no,
project.
no. I don't want to. This is a
Right.
question, and keep in mind, I have a background in Mario Brothers.
Okay.
I worked on that movie long ago. Like, I've met the Mario Brothers, the live versions. But if I'm doing Super Mario, I mean, it seems like it'd be obvious they're going to put Luigi in it. Like if they said, and guess what? The 10th president of the United States, John Tyler, is coming. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But it feels
I'd be
like
more excited.
Yeah, but it feels like Luigi would be a natural progression. Why is it such a thing? Like why would they pretend that they're not going to put Luigi in a Mario set? I guess that's a part that's lost on me. Like, isn't that a thing that would normally happen?
So the thing is that with Luigi, they didn't want to do the same thing that they did with Mario. That's what the thought was, where it's just running through levels. Brian and I were both under the impression that we're getting Luigi's Mansion eventually, maybe. Who knows? And then it would be more like the ghost hunting aspect of that game as opposed to jumping on turtles and Goombas and things like that. So we didn't know if they would change the dynamic or anything like that. Now I'm going to let Brian answer, and he's just going to shake his head because this is his part of the show where he gets to talk about it. Go Mario.
So with this play system is very specific, other than anything else Lego has done before. So either they were going to elaborate further on it by involving Luigi for a year or two of releases, or they would have cut the cord and went a different direction, ergo traditional minifigures. But it seemed like, at least with Luigi being included, they're going to keep the play system at least for another year, is what I assume. Most, if not everybody, actually wants traditional Super Mario minifigures, not this brick system, which is cool in its own right, but not what the overwhelming majority of people want. And as I know from talking to, people that have worked at various stores and the overall vibe and whatnot, the gimmick of the app with the play style and whatnot isn't really lasting beyond one holiday season. And Mario is cool, but I don't think as many people are booting up the app to collect the coins and play the actual game. They are selling these more so because of Mario and the characters that go with them. A lot of the sets, vast majority of the sets are on sale at Best Buy, Target, Walmart, everywhere. And you never see successful Lego being on sale. So clearly it's not doing incredibly, tremendously well where it doesn't go on sale. Nintendo games never go on sale because they always sell incredibly well and they maintain their quality. So I was not necessarily shocked when I saw Luigi, but I think that at the time of Mario coming out, they already had Luigi banked. All right, we're going to do this for year 2. But the next logical step, if they continued with this, would not be to do whatever. It would be to release Peach as a playable character, player 3 in year 3. But I think they were going to wait. This is me entirely guessing. I have no idea. They were going to guess how year 1 did, and then they're going to do year 2 no matter what, which is Luigi. But then if the sales of everything did well, they would do player 3, which is Peach. And they can't make Peach a non-interactive character like Bowser. It'd have to be a player 3. Peach is a player 3 in the vast majority of the multiplayer Nintendo Mario games. Little girls and boys want to be able to play with Peach. If they make Peach an interactive character, but just like a standard character, not like the brick one, missed opportunity. So I don't know if they'll continue after year 2, but
is your sense then that they haven't done any minifigure scaled versions of the characters?
Nope.
So that and this is just a guess, there could be an IP issue there too. Sometimes there'll be exclusivity. So if some other company has, a figure at that scale, maybe that's a conflict. And that's, again, total guess. But sometimes that's how it works in Toyland. It's like, okay, so, Brian, we're going to give you the license for anything at 2-inch.
Right.
Kirk, you're going to have to do 3-inch because 2-inch is already spoken for. Could be maybe minifig scales not on the table right now because someone else might have something in that niche. Again, that's total conjecture, but it just feels like, man, why wouldn't you just opened with minifigures of those guys. Yeah,
Before this, K'NEX had the rights to it, and they haven't done anything with the line, with the property, in over 5 years. And before Lego even announced this, it was 4 years since they had done anything. The most successful Mario game to come out in that time, they never did anything with it. So they never did anything with that video game. So they clearly didn't have the license. Lego was working on it, which was true. So they do have 4-inch figures from Mattel or something, but that's not the building system was already with K'NEX, and now it's with Lego. To my understanding, it's Nintendo it's Lego who wanted to do something more innovative with a play system like this, using the Nintendo property, video games, app connection, etc. So
maybe Jeff can call his best pal Carl and see what's going on over there. Maybe
I could call Carl. Any of us can call. I'll call him up. I don't care.
Just saying. Don't know.
So not to poo-poo on Brian, but just doing some market research right now, I found out that Mattel still does own some of the Mario stuff through their Hot Wheels line. Go figure. And those figures are about the same scale as Mario figures, and there's buildable tracks, buildable levels, and things like that. So that might be a reason. Who knows? April, what do you think?
But does that really count? Because those aren't even full figures. It's just like the top half of them built into a car. We have a bunch of them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not like a removable figure. It's actually molded into the car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm excited for Luigi, though. I have all the Mario stuff, and I'll continue to collect it as long as they make it. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for my friends that are excited about this.
So
you know what's even more exciting though is Lego Vidiyo.
Which, by the way, for Zoom, thanks for being a member. You signed up. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I think Lego Mario did one thing right with the app in terms of you not needing it to play the game and take the full advantage of it. And I think that Vidiyo did it right by having the physical instructions in the box, but you need the app to play it. So people don't like the exclusive digital instructions, which I still get. It shows the playability with it. It connects via Bluetooth, whatever. But once you update it, you're kind of done. You don't need to do anything else with it. Not really. So I don't think they have it down packed at all, even close. For any interactive app, play system, none of it. But Lego is not a specialty in that. I think Mario is a good shot. I think there's something to it, but not 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Megan says, kids love the Lego Mario set. The kids come over to our house because my son has it out at all times. They play around the table for hours. Can't wait to see what is added. And I that's everything that I've heard about from all the parents on my corner of the internet. When I posted this on my Facebook page, the second comment I got was, oh, that's great. We got Luigi. I wonder if we'll get Peach next. So I think that would be the expectation if they continue with this series. I don't know, though. The rumor is that they're coming out with a $170 set for Mario Leaf, the system, the whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So that could be, I mean, I know nothing, but two things. One was in relation to the NES behind me over here, an SNES to kind of go with it. But that would imply you would need to buy the NES to have the, like if you did a reskin of the NES, took off all the tiles and you did Super Mario World instead of Super Mario 1. That'd be really cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they would do that, but it'd be really cool. And secondly, the one that comes to mind with Luigi, as much as I love seeing his bright and smiling and shining face and being so happy all the time, I got to see him petrified. He is so closely associated with Luigi's Mansion. That is a multi-million seller game. One of the most popular games on Nintendo Switch. I got to see him terrified in the mansion, and I would love to see it. And not to stew it even further, okay? But I tweeted out to Lego on that tweet, and I said, "Oh, you know, this would be really cool. He's gonna look awesome in a mansion with the eyes emoji." I did a bunch of them, and then they replied with like a smile. I'll just zoom in here. with like this super smiley, like, oh, uh-huh. And since I know the person that runs that account absolutely loves Bionicle, I said, I promise my love for Bionicle will increase 100-fold if you give me a plastic mansion. Now, the move is on you, Lego social media team. Make this happen. My love for Bionicle, I will buy 5 Bionicle sets. Okay?
I believe
make
you.
not a dime off of it. You don't make a dime, but I'll buy them. And I'll commit fully to Bionicle if you give me Luigi's Mansion. That is the deal. That is the circumstances here. Okay, I present this to the entirety of the social media team at Lego. Thank you very much for my TED Talk. Dan looks like he's very distraught. He just woke up, hasn't had his coffee. He didn't want to do a Lego Luigi cast on Between the Bricks. He doesn't care about the content.
And here I was thinking after yesterday's takedown, we were safe.
Nope. On the table, baby. On the table.
Gotta get a order, Dan. Come on.
Should have stayed in bed, eh, Jeff?
Can we just get back to when Guy is doing a Kickstarter project for a line of Lego American presidents?
10th president, John Tyler specifically.
Just the one? Because I think a whole
one.
series would be great.
Yeah, John Tyler, pretty much, or his accidency, as they called him back in the time.
I'm not qualified to comment on US presidents, but just saying there's probably one you should avoid.
So a lot of people were disappointed with the way that Lego Luigi was just kind of tossed up on Amazon China. Like, Luigi should have had like a bigger reveal or something. They literally tossed a sizzle reel trailer on Twitter at 7 a.m. So it's not like they did a grand reveal for this either. If you want to take a share my screen real quick. This is all that they shared. Right? They're just like, oh, we know you've been waiting for this. Here's Luigi. It's like in the first time they did Mario, they did a whole like super cool sizzle reel trailer. They just dropped this at 7 a.m. All right.
I have to say, Brian had an amazing idea for the Luigi like reveal, and I was so bummed that it didn't come to be.
Yes.
With Mario waking up and then revealing Luigi. But do you think that maybe there was just a lot of pressure after the leak and everybody talking about it? I know yesterday everybody was buzzing about, well, Lego needs to just, announce it officially. Do you think there was some pressure there and they just did it?
So I think this Luigi being like in the public consciousness, entirely Lego's fault. 100%. Don't blame any leakers. Don't blame your retail partners. Blame nobody else, because you put out the software update knowing full well that the voice line for Luigi is in there. This product doesn't come out for another 3 months. So y'all know full well that there's something in there that somebody could find out. If somebody really wanted to, they probably could hack into that Mario, find every single voice line, even pertaining to anything. Just nobody probably cares enough to do that except me, and I don't know how to do it. So there's clearly stuff in there that they're not ready to reveal. Mario wakes up and he says Luigi. Okay. They knew that it was happening close and they were going to announce it. Now, what I saw from the outside of the Lego sphere on the gaming realm, which they're obviously not really as much about this as I am or we are, but some people were kind of put off by like, okay, Lego updated this toy and now they are advertising a new toy to us and wanting us to buy it as like an ad, right? And that might be a bit cynical. I'd like to think it wasn't like an intentional thing, like in the marketing, like, oh, we know people are going to discover this, so let's just toss this in here and advertise to kids to buy more toys, because that seems a little not Lego-y, right? That seems a little too evil to like put it into the toy of the software. But I can see the argument for that, and I don't like that at all. Like, I don't like advertisements being added into my toys. That's awful. So I think there's enough marketing out there that they could justify people buying it by just advertising the thing. You don't have to update Mario to make it happen. I just think somebody figured it out and they didn't mean to, and it was an early push for the software, and that's it.
Yeah, I really think that that's a stretch to say that that was some kind of scheming for marketing. Like, what are the odds that someone is going to have their Mario on, laying down asleep, and then, wait until the light turns off in 3 minutes and whatever, and then pick it up, and then it says the thing? Like, how many people are actually going to be doing that? Like, you have to think as a designer that, like, or whoever it was, that you could push this out and it wouldn't be an issue for the next couple weeks. Because, I mean, for an August 1st release, you're going to have some kind of info out about it in the near future, at least. So, yeah. I don't know.
What she said, who does that? Who does that?
Well,
it had to have been an accident for sure.
Yeah. It was
Someone
totally an
just
accident.
laid it down, picked it up. What? I'm trying to do that again.
But like, if you think of it like, if you're thinking like in terms of marketing, like, let's do some viral marketing, because they say this in these corporate meetings, some viral marketing, where like, okay, we're gonna bank on someone finding this out about a couple days beforehand once we push the software update, and then they're gonna probably post it on Twitter because I probably have a social media account, and then it gets picked up by all these outlets, and there you go. And that is some pretty good marketing. I'd have to applaud the Lego group for having excellent marketing. Can you want to now? I don't want to diss Lego marketing at all, right? Because I'm not a marketer.
You're going to.
You want to give me the full screen on this one, Joshua? We have this, okay? So let's not pretend that there's some like, grant, like, that's great marketing. Oh, that's awesome. You got this. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that was like a intentional ploy to like put that out there in viral. I don't think that. But
there went your chance of ever getting on the Lego marketing team, Brian. I thought.
But I can tell them what would be good marketing instead of marketing this the way they did. So people don't like the app. I mean, come on. Like, which app do you like more, the Vidiyo app or the Lego Mario app?
Guy, have you seen the Vidiyo products at all? Have you checked that stuff out?
Yeah.
I mean, I bought a couple of them like at Target because I always like to see cool, neat pieces and things. But yeah, I have no understanding of the app part and all that stuff.
It seems to not be going over very well.
Joshua. Not a little kid.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were big on TikTok.
I listen to my music, like Pink Floyd. Is that in there? Probably not going to be for me then. Although I like Blackpink. I'm a Blink. I like them. They're good.
They had Elton John on there for a little while, which I'm sure most kids probably aren't listening to.
Well, what's the elevator pitch on Vidiyo? Like, how does that get bore into kids' ears? Like, how is it supposed to work?
I'll give the pitch. So Lego Vidiyo is a way to use minifigures in your own music videos using the songs from the Universal Music Library. You use sound bits, different effects, and digital renditions of figures to customize them the way you want to and be able to share that within a family-friendly version of TikTok that is moderated by hand. To what effective level? But it is.
That just sounds like TikTok with extra steps.
Hey, I didn't market the thing. So
but like a kid-friendly version. Like they're use their assets online. You can't introduce questionable stuff in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the idea.
And we're saying it went over okay, or didn't really find its place in the universe.
Well, as Fazoom just said, they must be flying off the shelves because anytime he goes into a store, there's a full box of them. So,
But see, they're almost sold out here. There's such a weird, like, all over the place. It's completely different. Some places they're not selling at all, and some places they're selling out. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I like blind bags that I can feel out and see what's in there. The boxes were a bit of a pain in the butt for that. I mean, they were giving me odd looks at the Target when I got out my little utility knife and started cutting them open and looking in there. Don't do that. I found out you're not supposed to.
No, you're supposed to bring your scale, right, Brian?
Yeah, the gram scale. Yes. Now, those minifigure packs are good. They're $5 each. You get a cool minifigure out of it. It's like a minifigure series. These boxes, nah, they're not moving. They're not really moving.
No.
Although, I do have one here. This crazy elaborate thing from an engineering perspective, this is really cool. Like I wanted one just to see how it all went together, and it's so overthought and over-engineered with all the storage. This is fantastic, but that's just me as an industrial designer digging it. I don't know where the appeal is beyond me nerding out on it. I guess you'd carry your stuff with you, like kind of. Hey, I'm going over to Brian's house. Let me bring this along.
I mean, maybe. Mostly people have an issue with these being $20. $20, and there's like 6 of them. So if you want the full set, you're getting $120 a product. That's only like one minifigure with not many pieces. You're paying a lot for the app and the license to the music within the app, and that shouldn't reflect as much in the physical product itself.
But you opened what, like 4 boxes, 6 boxes last Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and he showed the contents of the boxes, and like, you know, there was the minifigures, and there was a pile of tiles. And like, I don't want to poo-poo on this line, but I'm about to poo-poo on this line. That was not $80 worth of Lego in that pile that he had for us.
Well,
and like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, to me, it's just meh. Here in North Texas, they're still in full of everything. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old and I don't get it. It's
the key is you want emotional content.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think tiles necessarily give you that. Like, okay, obviously you got Mario, Luigi. Brian's out of his freaking gourd. That's emotional content. That's what you want. Brian's not sleeping at night because of this product.
Well, it's a cryptocurrency too, but yes, Luigi.
He bought the hat. I mean, he's out there, but I guess you just don't get that connection with Vidiyo. Like you're trying to create this universe that doesn't have a lot of support or backstory to it, I guess, yet. So
right now,
identify with things.
The character design is
excellent. I could see how kids would get into that. Like preteens and tweens and teens, they would get into that because their older brother, older sister, the internet, for God's sake, is just TikTok memes and TikTok videos and all that stuff all over the place. So I could see that for little kids, but for 40-year-old Jeff,
no.
The best thing about Vidiyo was, I think it was the Alien DJ, or one of the ones in the boxes comes with arms that are required to complete a monochrome figure. That was the best thing that got me excited.
Yeah.
That was it. Other than that, some cool minifigures, some cool tiles, but I'd never use it within the system that it was designed.
Right.
Plus, it came with a keytar. Like, you don't see a keytar every day.
These minifigures are A+, and you would never, ever get these in a minifigure line ever. They're so colorful and unique, and they have their own flair to them. But when you have them be so expensive, at least on those $20 boxes, and that pertaining to the app, and not for nothing, you're combining with all these. If you take the Universal Music license out of it, like, what is it? Is that really enough of a driver to download the app and then in turn charge up the price for this? Because clearly that's kind of compensating for the price, unless those translucent covers really cost that much to manufacture. That's how it's justified. But still, it's just not. To me, it's not as good of a value. The $20 boxes, the $5 blind boxes, totally worth it to me, even though you can't feel them. But that's just me.
April, I'm super curious as to what you're building. I'm sorry. I know we're talking seriously
It's a
about
video
right now.
I'm doing the bonsai.
Nice. Cool.
Going back to Mario and Luigi real quick, Guy, did you say you worked on that movie? Because all I've ever heard is Brian make fun of it, so I don't really know any. I've never seen that. I've never. Do you have any like interesting stories you can share? I'm sure Brian would be interested to hear.
Super Mario Brothers was the greatest movie of the 90s of all time.
Yeah, I mean, the best stories from that show I cannot do publicly just because there's language involved with Dennis Hopper and Bob Hoskins. I mean, there was some very specific issues that they addressed at various times with some very colorful expressions. I had a blast. For me, it was a super location, great crew. We had a good time. But yeah, it was maybe a movie a little bit before its time, and I don't think the movie making folks at the time really quite knew what to do with a video game themed movie. It just felt like there was way too many chefs in that kitchen, as it were.
Yeah.
But from someone who worked on a perspective, yeah, we had a great time. That filmed in Wilmington. Just a lot of fun, good old folks there. And I always liked the South. That's a fun place to be. And they gave us way too much per diem to spend in this great town. And I was young, and, you know, there were bars and beaches, and it was fantastic from that perspective. But as far as the quality of the movie, there were some good ideas in there. But yeah, how well it all came together, there was some problems. But I enjoyed the movie. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, I think.
Yeah,
I know that when I think of Mario, I think of post-apocalyptic hellscape. So that movie nailed it for me personally.
Definitely.
I mean, you make some valid points, Jeff. It's true. Yeah, very true. But I would film that again. That was, of all the films I've worked on, that was probably one of the best times I had from a purely personal level. That was a super fun location. I liked it.
Yeah. Did you steal anything from the set?
Off the air. I mean, it was a cool, fun set, but you know, after you've been on a couple flicks, it doesn't really have that much appeal. It's just, it's needed for a certain time, and then when you're done, you're moving on to the next project.
I would have taken those jump boots, personally.
The boots were pretty cool. Yeah, there was some fun stuff. Yeah, Brian, one day after hours, I'll give you some fun stories from that set. It was a little intense at times. Yeah, but they went through it. Let's just say the first set of directors did not make it to the end of the production.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems.
Yeah, that was fun.
At least you had a good time, though, Guy. You know, somebody got some enjoyment out of it.
It was awesome. Yeah, my crew and I had a blast. We loved it. And it was fun to watch just from the outside. There was a couple days on set where we were just kind of like, is this really happening? Is this happening right now? Yeah, that happened a couple times.
I feel like Brian is going to need to do like an adult Twitch stream where he has you on, Guy, to be behind the scenes. This will be an 18+ stream on Brian's channel.
Yeah, the parents aren't ready for that one.
Strong language involved a couple days. Very strong language. Yes.
Well, I mean, building a set and doing all that stuff is a lot different than acting, because like you could have like the director in your face screaming at you with, I want this emotion. Meanwhile, that same director or producer will look over at you guys and be like, hey, can you just make that like a little wonkier? Yeah, sure, no problem. And then you take a hammer to it. You know?
Yeah, it was, like I said, one day, Brian, we'll go out and get some Diet Cokes and we'll go chat it up.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of Vidiyo and Luigi. I didn't think we go that much into Vidiyo and Luigi, but
yeah.
It's all tied together, Brian. That's the master plan: is Vidiyo and Mario and Luigi coming together in the end.
That's it. That's really
Joshua, are we allowed to talk about Marvel stuff that's been in the news or no?
Did you say Marvel?
Marvel.
I think you said Marvel.
And I'm like,
Marvel.
no,
It sounded like you said Marvel
like,
stuff.
you know,
And I was
Marvel.
like, hey, if you want to talk about Marvel, Jeff, you know.
I mean, I got excited. Yeah, I thought we were talking about marbles, and I was like, yes.
We haven't circled back around to tapioca yet, so I mean, you still got some time.
Fantastic.
So, okay. So pandemic has changed a lot of things, but yeah, the supplies of cassava root, which is, as we know, where tapioca flour comes from,
Obviously.
that whole supply chain has been disrupted. And I think we're probably in our last maybe 6-7 weeks of free-flowing boba at all the tea cafes.
That's so sad.
And
Because
then, yeah, then all we have left are what? Jelly and pudding is all we got to add in there.
Oh, it's not the same.
It isn't. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, so I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to work through that coming thing.
Yeah.
I've never had
Marvel CMFs have been revealed sort of on news sites.
What's that,
Yeah.
Jeff?
I said Marvel CMFs have been sort of revealed on news sites. Just the list
No, they
of
hit.
them.
Not revealed. None of it's leaked information. It's all the kids on
but
Instagram
the
talking about
list,
stuff.
the rumored list of Marvel CMFs we're going to be getting.
Be careful what you're talking about, Jeff. I don't know what's out there that's rumored. You know, here at Beyond the Brick, we just try to stick with the official news.
10-4.
So that means shut up, Jeff. So
Yeah, I
more
know what it
Luigi
means,
talk.
Brian.
No, so Luigi's great. Let's see. Jake Stud says Universal do have deals with Nintendo, so this is all part of the grand conspiracy. Jake, I'm glad you brought that up. All right.
So what, we're gonna get the Super Mario show minifigures before we get the...
So I was gonna come out with a whiteboard.
Super Mario rap.
I was gonna have a whiteboard that was detailing all of the different things on how this could all go, but I'll spare that just to shift away from any of this rumor nonsense and keep it in the official deal. Laser
Thank you for
focused.
keeping it professional, Brian. Okay, we don't want to have to kick Jeff off the stream.
Laser. Oh, you can kick him off. Laser focused. Laser. So in 2029, at this rate, Nintendo's going to come out with a movie via the same studio that did Minions, Illumination, a Super Nintendo movie, which also means, or rather relates to, that they have the theme park in Universal Studios Japan, soon in California, Florida, etc. So Universal and Nintendo have great ties. And we also know that Lego and Universal have great ties because of the Shake It Like That. And also Nelly. Also, was it Nelly? Who did the song? I forget.
Neo.
Neo, the llama. You have the Minions, the Trolls, Universal, Doug Bowser. It's all a big circle. All right. They're all in the same sphere. So if they were to come out with minifigure stuff, the new hypothesis would be if they come out with sets for the Lego Super Mario movie, which would print money, I think that could be where you see the sets come to fruition in 2000. I think now it's 2023, early 2023, we would see that. So not a bad observation there. My long-running theory has been that they would replace Cinderella's castle with Peach's castle, but they could do whatever they want for the movie as well. So maybe they do another year of it. I don't know. But that's also something to keep in mind.
Didn't Universal also make that great movie Pixels with Adam Sandler and the fat guy that's usually with him in things?
Kevin James.
Sure, that's him.
Wait, okay, so that's what all that was leading to. Okay.
Wait,
so
was that
So wait,
Universal?
the conspiracy theory is that instead of like a Lego Batman movie, things are gonna happen. So you get a Lego Super Mario Brothers movie. Is that what I'm?
No.
The idea? Because I kind of was trying to get through past all that.
Okay.
Featuring llama.
That was a lot of
Conspiracy
talk.
theory.
Featuring Neo. Yes.
And
Neo's
and
gonna be-
LLAMA, the greatest
Yes,
DJ of all
llama.
time.
Yes. No, so the Illumination is making a Super Mario movie. Straight up. Just a Super Mario movie. But Lego also has, I think, the tie with Universal to make Lego movies as well. And they also have the brand deal to do stuff with Universal properties like Minions, Vidiyo, things like that. So in some weird twisted way, you might see a Lego Super Mario movie, but I don't think so.
Okay, all right. I just didn't know how deep down that rabbit hole.
No, not
Okay.
that deep. I think you could see Lego sets based on the Super Mario movie because of Universal ties and all that.
Okay, gotcha.
Brian just wildly speculates when it comes to Mario and Nintendo. So, I mean, you really have no idea.
Well, okay, Joshua. So the thing with that, I think it's some of the most interesting, well, this is my bias, interesting Lego discussion, because at least with Star Wars, right? New Star Wars movie comes out. You know they're going to base it off of 5 different ships. You're getting the main characters. You're getting the bad guy, right? You got Lego City, police, maybe like a safari, police. You have a new movie coming out. All right, you're going to base it off of it. But because of the way Mario and the play, like there's so many more opportunities for things to happen with Super Mario and the movie and Lego and this play system or minifigures or blah, 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 blah. There's so many different things that could happen.
That's okay. We'll still keep you around to wildly speculate.
Someone's gotta
says
bring
Space Police.
Can we ban Fazoom? I know he's a member, but can we just get...
Why would we
If you're a member, does that get you permanently banned from being banned?
Oh, dang, you might be right.
I think Zoom brings up a very important point where that we should actually look into perhaps reviving Space Police so that Brian A gets madder and B, we can prolong more Mario things, so that way Space Police takes up that slot in the release date. Plus, Space Police is cool.
You know what we don't talk about nearly enough on this stream is the lack of new Lego architecture sets coming out, and where's the new Lego architecture sets? Because that's what I want. I don't know if anyone else cares. I feel like no one else cares because no one ever talks about architecture. But
DHL was taking.
I care. I like Lego
What's that, Brian?
architecture.
I thought DHL was dropping them off soon.
I mean, I hope so. I don't know if DHL delivers some architecture set, I'll be happy.
Not Lego, DHL. They're the ones.
Oh,
cities.
Ladies and germs, I have overstayed my stay. I blocked out a chunk. I would love to stay longer. And again, we'll just have to deal with that Super Mario chat later, Brian.
Yes.
Not to just keep letting that hamster wheel spin, but
I'll connect you two up so you can set something up in the future there.
All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for having me come over to visit. It's a pleasure as always. And hopefully we'll be seeing each other live at a convention, maybe end of the year if we're lucky.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Is everyone getting their shots? Where's everybody at?
I got to get mine still.
Soon.
Am I the only one?
I have.
Oh, good job. Yeah, one day.
Way to represent. So check out Crazy Legs on Kickstarter, everyone. Lots of cool custom Lego minifigure legs for your minifigures that you can do all sorts of cool stuff with. Make sure to go over and support that. Check out everything Guy has to offer at Crazy Bricks. So lots of neat stuff coming down the pipeline there. Thanks for joining us, Guy. It's always great to chat.
Thanks, guys. All right, cheers.
Later.
See you guys.
Bye.
Joshua, can you exchange my place in the window setup with Brian? Because I feel like I shouldn't be here. I feel like
No,
I
you shouldn't. Yeah, I should.
For
be next to
your
Joshua.
co-host.
Yeah.
There you go. Now April is stuck on the airplane between two fat guys. Sorry, April. Dan's got the aisle seat though. I got the window. So that's all right.
Now the plane's just leaning to one side.
We did one of those things where we offered a gift card if people would move seats. So Dan had to move around at the last minute.
I totally did that when I went to Game Law for the Toronto. I told you guys about that a lot.
You guys did this a while ago.
I've only been able to do it once, and I was so happy. I was like, yeah. I got a $500 gift card for waiting like for 2 hours. It was just like a 2 hour later. It wasn't even like overnight or anything. They gave me $500.
I got $600 US for just sitting down and eating a burger. It was great.
You're like, this is my life dream. I'm so been prepared. My whole life has led to this moment.
Seize the moment, baby.
You see, why couldn't this happen for me when I got on my first plane ride? Why did I have to be terrified getting on?
You want your first plane experience to be like a good, normal, right? You don't want any hiccups.
I see.
Later, you'll expect.
No, the first time I ever flew, I missed my flight back and it was awful. So I'm with you there, Kirk. This was not my first flight that I got.
Okay, I was gonna say like, sheesh. Okay.
I'm gonna say one more thing about Luigi.
No.
Only one thing. I promise.
No.
I promise.
Like ever?
No.
Not ever. It's going to
So,
keep going until it comes out.
On this website called Zavvi, they have revealed that there is a poly bag for Luigi.
Uh-oh.
Fuzzy.
But we have Fuzzy.
I hate fuzzies.
We have literally all of those pieces.
That's the only one I got, Brian, okay?
I still need one sealed. Anybody? But yes, this is the thing.
Huh. Okay.
So it's cool you get the star. You get that in a cheap poly bag. That's cool.
Milan brings up an excellent point.
That orange
Right
piece
now.
hasn't been done before.
Brian, I was just gonna say that. Brian is the new Andres.
Yeah.
Listen, can you people let me be happy? We are in quarantine. I do videos. I work. Okay,
here we go.
just let me have this chat.
He does
okay?
so much for all of you people, and none of you appreciate him enough.
No, you don't. The moms ridicule me. Jeff ridicules me. Dan ridicules me. Kirk doesn't have the audacity, but everyone else does. Everyone. Oh, let's poo-poo. Just let
April
me live.
doesn't poo-poo on you.
Who?
April.
Yeah.
I didn't say April did.
I know.
Every
but
week I come
everyone
so
does.
close to removing Dan's email address from the invite list.
Do that with Jeff. The next.
What do you mean do that with Jeff?
We got some more hotness here we can
We're
talk
not
about
changing the subject.
in the world of Lego.
Nope.
I don't want to
Nope.
talk about the lack of.
Nope.
I don't want to talk about the
I'm just gonna
Ulysses
keep doing
space
this. Nope.
I love how the moms always come into ridicule. Yvonne, really and truly and honestly, they do. Do we want to go over the new Harry Potter sets that were also revealed last week?
Yeah, we do.
We have to.
Yes.
Can we make a rule where, like, for the same amount we talk about Harry Potter, we have to talk about something interesting as well, like something I don't know, architecture.
Joshua, can we talk about Dunkirk after Harry Potter?
Maybe like new Brickmania kits or something worthwhile.
We did an
Joshua, can we talk
hour-long
about
show with
Dunkirk?
them 4 days ago.
Joshua, I just saw Dunkirk. Can we talk about Dunkirk after this
The
Harry Potter
movie,
stuff?
you mean, excuse me, the movie you
What is
finally
going
just-
on with everyone today?
Yeah, I just saw the movie.
First it was Brian.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Let's talk about that instead. No, go ahead, Brian. It's Lego, so we should talk about it because people care about it for some reason. I don't know. Just go ahead.
So something, if you want to share my screen, that we didn't cover on the quarantine cast before, they did reveal the golden Harry Potter minifigures, and everyone's like, oh, gee golly, I wonder what sets those are going to be in. And then the Instagram kids were like, oh, here you go. And now they're officially revealed. There's a slew of 20th anniversary sets for Lego Harry Potter, which is a farce because Lego Harry Potter hasn't been on shelves for 20 years at a time, but hashtag marketing. We have a variety of sets that go together to make a complete Hogwarts castle. The first one of which is the Polyjuice Potion Mistake. From the earlier movies in the franchise, each of these sets comes with a golden figure, except one of them, I believe. This is the first of which, if you're familiar with the movie. And this can go easily into your own Hogwarts castle setup that you already have. But this one is specifically designed for the newer updated castle that we're going to get to in a little while. So this is the first one of the bunch.
Set that you show is the John?
What?
That's the John, right?
Yes.
That's the first one you decided to highlight.
First one on the list, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there wasn't any voting left.
Okay.
And 100-year war for Hanlon. Yes. So there's the Polyjuice Potion. How do we feel about the golden minifigs?
Can we just call it the Magic Bathroom?
The Magic Bathroom. How do we feel about the Magic Bathroom?
It's a magical place.
I mean, there's not much.
Awesome
I mean, there's not
man.
much
What do
to
you
it,
want?
right? There's not much to it, right? But I mean, I guess if you like add it into the whole modular system, then maybe it'll look more fitting. I don't know. This seems like it's
Yeah,
mostly
it
for the
just
figs.
seems very I mean, it's I don't know, like from first glance to me, it looks like a sort of mock type build, like if someone was to do that. Like I don't know. It doesn't really appeal to me as much. Again, I don't know a whole lot about Harry Potter. Like I've only seen all the films like last year, and including like Fantastic Beasts or whatever. But like I don't know. So I wouldn't be the person to really like answer the question of like what are my thoughts on it in general from a mock or like technique perspective, I guess.
It's not even the whole bathroom. That's what Laura 89 says.
Well, true. What about this one? You got a Fluffy.
Look,
I mean, Fluffy's cool. Yeah, it's nice that they redid him.
yeah, I like the Fluffy.
It doesn't really get super spicy. Well, this one's spicy.
This one's nice. I love this one.
It's like the left hand didn't know what the right was doing when they were designing these sets, and like the first two that you show were just like, okay, well the dog's cool, but
they
once
go
we
with the
get into
castle.
this, it's like, oh yeah, this is the detail that you expect from the Harry Potter stuff. So like, it's cool, it's great.
This is a completely different building in a different space. I
Right.
think the thing to remember is that like Brian said, all of those pieces are modular. They're all designed to fit together. They're actually designed to fit together this time, unlike the last one, which was kind of an afterthought. The way that that's meant to fit together, that doesn't.
I might actually have to get that Dean Thomas minifigure.
This is the hotness.
That's
Is
cool.
it?
How about we've gotten this same set like 10 times? I
Yep.
feel like this like tan with green roof thing.
Yep.
I've seen this so many times, and every
Yep.
time it's the same with Star Wars. why does it keep happening?
Okay. So
Fair.
for this one, the logic is that all of the sets in this wave within itself are inspired by the sets that first came out. They're all meant to go together, which is why the roofs are green.
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
personally, and I know April feels the same way, I never liked the green roofs. I don't care about the green roofs at all. But a lot of people really nostalgic for the green roofs. So that's why they're there. That's why it looks like this way.
Okay.
We had never seen
That works.
we'd never seen the castle with the Chamber of Secrets down here together. So this is the first time they're together. I personally don't like this. I wish we got a separate Chamber of Secrets set that was $100 and super elaborate instead of being lumped in with the castle. But I get for the anniversary why they did it.
Yeah.
So
Is that a person's face in the bottom of that building, or what is
yes,
that
and the
thing?
snake comes out. Yep.
Now, does the basilisk like actually? Wait, no, probably doesn't.
I think the face might open up like the last
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it rotates at the neck and the tail as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Why don't you guys like the green roofs? Because I think the green roofs are meant to represent oxidized lead. You know, back in the castle days, when they used lead on roofs and stuff, it oxidized and it went green, literally.
I think just because you see it in the movie, it's not like it's never that sand green color. Not
Right.
really.
Okay.
Now I'm the movie, right? I haven't read the books, so that might be sacrilege to some people out there. But
Yeah, but aren't the sets all supposed to be based on the movie franchise
Right.
and not the
They
book?
always are.
So
I love sand green as a color, so I'm cool with it.
oh,
no,
I
I
do
do
too.
too.
but now there's other opportunities to get sand green, whereas back in the day, that was the only time you got sand green,
Yeah,
other
it
than
was,
Statue
yeah.
of Liberty.
Yeah.
What's important to note with these sets too, that what is it? Yeah, Isabel brings up here. I don't understand what this is still. So in every set, there are these tiles that are randomized, ergo Lego Vidiyo. Now they are chocolate frogs that are wizard cards. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Does anybody know?
No, I don't
No.
know.
What is it?
Randomized tiles.
I don't know.
That's the thing from the movie, right? Where they would open them up and get, the cards and whatnot. That was a big factor in that movie with that character because what's his name was all excited about it. And then that guy turned out to be a fraud, right? Or he lost his memory or something.
I can tell you're a big fan, Jeff.
Hey, look, man, I watched it because the girl at the time I was dating wanted to go see it, okay?
But okay, can we talk about the fact that if these are going to be randomized things, tiles, like what they're doing with Vidiyo, there's no like low price point option
Right.
if you are going to collect all these things. Like you're not going to buy 2 of any of these. They're too expensive for that just to get the tiles.
This only
Except
comes
for
with,
maybe that one.
but this comes with 2 of them, where the castle comes with 6.
Right.
Can we
But
go
you know
back
there's
to
gonna
that
be
test
collectible
set?
ones.
Because that thing looked
Yes.
really cool.
Yeah, it
Yes.
does.
Now we're getting to the super spicy ones. This one, this set may exist on Lego store shelves literally forever, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So in the movie, is there like a life-size chess set or something?
Yes.
Is that so it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like
Mhm.
bigger than the people?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And the characters like can ride them, and it's a whole thing. But
Yeah.
if you take out the Harry Potter figures, a chess set, like I said on the Between the Bricks show, I have been working at the Lego store. Everyone loves chess sets, like bar none. They are super popular. So you will see this on shelves forever, especially being Harry Potter.
I just love the part colors in there. White swords, the white
Yeah.
helmets, the black swords, the black helmets. Because there's a
That was
knight
the part-
helmet in there. There's a guard's helmet in there. It's so good.
That was the part in the movie where Ron saved the day, right? Where because he was
Yeah.
better at wizard's
Yeah.
chess than Harry was, right?
And you get Professor Snape for the golden figure, so that's cool.
Okay.
Now, this is where it gets interesting, folks. Have you seen this, Joshua?
I have. Yeah, I have seen that. Those are those are definitely unique and different. If they were something besides like Harry Potter, I would probably be more interested. But at the moment, I guess it's not doing much for me.
But you answered the question there in your answer. What about the potential? So
Right, for sure, yeah.
Do you think Lego will do other, are they going to do these in other ranges? Are they going to do other figures? There's so much potential with these guys.
Well, it all depends on how well it sells or doesn't sell. Like, I'm on board; those things are great. And then if we get like Marvel or DC stuff, even better. But those are cool.
I think these will sell better to adults than they will to children. I don't see the 10-year-olds really wanting these.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. Will they consider it like an action figure or something? But I see adults grabbing these. I see people doing their own sig figs like this as well in the future if they get more parts.
I would bet you they have already made Ron, because you can't have these two without Ron. So Ron is already done. And I bet you they already have these in another line already done, and they're going to come out, because they're not just going to make these two, and they want to test it with another theme before they see whether it's successful or not. So I would bet Marvel as a fantastic one to do, because why wouldn't you, especially with the MCU and all that? I love these. When I was a kid, I always wanted larger versions of the minifigures, and y'all know my love for, the Giant Man figure, the Santa Claus that came in the employee set. The Build-A-Bob is inspired by that scale of like a buildable play figure. And Lego finally realized, instead of doing a figure like a Bionicle, like an action figure like that, instead of doing something like that, people love the proportions of a minifigure. Why don't we just do that, but make it bigger and make it so even in this system, people can customize them whatever way they want to. If you get like a yellow faceplate for that, or if you get different flesh tones, like, you are set. You're locked in for whatever you want to do. It's perfect. I love these.
I'm excited by these.
I am too. And now the good thing is, if like, I happen to get these for review, whatever, but also on June 1st, these come out on a Tuesday. So I'm absolutely going to be building these. All the other Harry Potter sets, I'm like, okay, sure. But these ones I'm super, super excited about. These look fantastic. And they're 1,600 pieces for $120. Pretty good value for what you're getting too.
I got these sent to myself for review so that I could sit and build them and make up things about Harry Potter just to troll all the fans out there.
That's great. No, that's
because that's the content people want.
Right. That's it. Right. No, that's yeah. So these are also what, 8 inches tall, 9 inches tall, 10. I'm sorry, 10. So pretty substantial in size.
So, serious question: did you actually get a review offer for these, Josh?
I don't think so. No, not
cool,
that I remember.
I still hope.
I don't know. There's
hope.
so many that come in sometimes though that it's hard to keep track. But I don't think we did.
He's just drowning in review offers, Daniel. So much DHL coming to the door. He just doesn't know what's popping to.
It's not me that they go to. It's rare that I have anything sent to me. So.
Oh, true. Right. Yeah. It's all John twiddling behind the keyboard. Well, he's not today because he's at jury duty, sucker.
This is the Harry Potter set that I'm more excited about than the
Yeah,
other
this
one.
looks.
It's the Hedwig reskin.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. It's, just like Luigi's not a Mario reskin. Anyway, so yeah,
I mean, I didn't say he wasn't.
He's taller.
Well, this has different pieces and colors. So
Luigi's more of a reskin than this is. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
I would
is
agree.
great.
This is cool. I love this. This is great.
Yep. And the fact that we get a little fox with it too. I think I have a little one because I think Brian sent me the Ganondorf with one. But this is just cool. I like it a whole lot. I'm excited about this one. I want to hook a motor up.
Wait.
I've never wanted to do that before.
Yes, he said Ganondorf.
Ganondorf?
He said Ganondorf.
Oh, I absolutely did. Yeah.
Ganondorf.
When you find Darth Sidious and Doctor Who showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So this set kind of makes me mad, just a smidge. All right, because you get Professor Quirrell here, right? For a golden figure. We already have Voldemort. We don't. This is the odd one out to me for getting a golden figure. A.
Okay.
B. This set is what, $40, I think?
Maybe.
30.
It's 30.
Okay.
There's like it just doesn't have substance. Like you don't see the back here, but this is not like a ton going on for it.
But that's just like the bathroom, really. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. And I mean, this is something that doesn't come out until August, so I would assume that there's probably some more things that are going to come out in August.
So that's the back of it there. I mean, but the bathroom is more interesting because at least you have the Hermione cat head.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, to me.
So with this, like, I'm bummed out about the Professor Quirrell, because on the original you got the two-sided faces, one with awesome goggles that every steampunker was like,
you'll
"Well,
probably
I'm
get it."
buying this." And then there's not with this one, and I'm really sad.
You
But
get 5
I'm-
figures technically.
The
What's
statue
that?
I
doesn't
think
count.
it's the stature.
So that's fair. There's one exception here for a missing minifigure. What's another key Harry Potter character that doesn't have a golden minifigure here that's integral to the franchise?
Where's the
Darth
fat
Vader.
kid that got the sword at the end that became all hot?
Neville?
Yeah, he should have beautiful minifigure.
New from Lego. Golden Neville Longbottom. Available now.
Yeah.
UCS Harry Potter Castle version 5.
Hey,
You got to do
Neville
it
was
like the
chosen one,
90s,
man.
the 90s Lego ads, Brian.
Right, exactly. I should have redone the voices on all of them. New from Lego.
Hey,
It's
Neville was the
Dumbledore.
chosen one. all right?
Yeah.
Dumbledore's missing. Now, Dan, you had a great theory.
No, I didn't.
No, not Dobby. No Dobby, chat.
Oh, someone said that.
Burnt
Dobby's
down.
in my room asleep.
So
I'll go get him.
we got ourselves a very nice set called Diagon Alley.
That theory. Yeah. Gringotts.
Diagonal Alley. You want to finish the thought here, Daniel? Or do you want me to speak on your behalf again?
My theory is, and this is coming from no knowledge at all, I think that he's going to come with Gringotts. They redid Diagon Alley. I think it's about time they did a newer, better, bigger Gringotts. People have talked about it. People have asked for it. So
Okay.
that's where I think we'll see Dumbledore come out with a new, bigger, better Gringotts. Let's hope.
To me,
Fingers crossed.
it's not ridiculous, but you have Diagon Alley, but no Gringotts Bank. Are you kidding? What are we doing here? So clearly, if it's its own set to go with it, yeah, there's Dobby. Very cute.
Yeah, we got Dobby.
So clearly going to come with a Gringotts Bank. Dumbledore has to be gold. Nobody knows anything, but yeah, that chess set's baller. Look at that.
Yeah,
What
it's-
60
that
bucks
is-
for 800
that is
pieces.
Awesome. How much is that set? Do you know? Did they
60.
Okay.
$60? That doesn't seem that bad.
No,
How
not
much
at all.
was like the one that's like a more of an exclusive to the Lego store, the generic one?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh,
Those
yeah.
the white pieces in that set are great for like statue builds. Like if you're building like a modern like Rome or Greece, Athens type of builds, and you want the like whitewashed statue look with those swords and helmets and shields and everything, that those pieces would be really helpful. Anyway, go ahead, Brian.
No, yeah, I mean this is great. I think quite literally because of the price point and the amount of stuff you get in it, this could be here forever. Yeah, Chuck up here said, yeah, if they did a Gringotts Bank with the dragon, that'd be sick. That'd be cool. And I mean, if they're doing like you think of it in the same way of Ninjago, right? We got the gardens, so you got Master Wu in that. It's literally the same idea, same concept.
Yeah.
Because this, I don't think would be the end all be all. And if they're basing it off the earlier movies, Gringotts, you see it for the first time in the first movie. So just makes sense. You have a little roller coaster track to get to Harry's fortune. Come on, it writes itself. It's already sitting on a table in Denmark. We know it.
They did that, right? In one of the original Harry Potter runs? With like a little
super
track
short.
and something?
Yeah. It was like a segment like this big. They had like a cart.
I, for some reason, have that set. I don't even know where I got it from. I think I got it in like a used lot or something, and it's just sat around. here forever.
You get a nice little penny for it and buy some more military stuff if you wanted to.
Now that's the best thing you've said all day, Brian.
Yeah. This one looks like a Winter Village set.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That Dean Thomas actually would be nice for not for like me having interest in Harry Potter, but because of the face, I could switch it out on my sig fig.
I'm kind of bummed that this wasn't in scale with Diagon Alley.
Yeah, because these buildings are supposed to be a lot taller, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The big 250 euro set will be inside the Ministry of Magic with all the black tiles. That wouldn't be as interesting as Gringotts to me, but that could happen, I guess. But yeah, those are all the Harry Potter sets. That's all we know of right now. Those come out for the most part June 1st. They're available for pre-order on the Lego website. The last one that was the flying, what's it, Quidditch? The Quidditch one that is a August 1st one, right? April.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like that seems really far apart, but
it was really weird that they dropped info on that one with the rest of them. But whatever.
Yeah, and in the US, you can only pre-order the big figs. I don't know what you want to call them. Not maxi figs, I think, but whatever you want to call them. The rest you cannot pre-order quite yet, so no double points for you. But yeah, you can get stuff on the website, pre-order, and use double points. So that's good. If I want to go back to it, hello, no, okay, I guess not. Let's see. There's this. So yep, get these right here, and yeah, all the ones that aren't the castle.
Yeah.
120, 60, 40.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it for that.
I actually have a question about an older line of sets that's not space.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Weathertop in my closet right now because that's the only Harry Potter set that I really ever bought. I'm trying to get... I have a Legolas. I'm trying to get Gimli, and I can't... And Faramir, the guy with the sword that died in Fellowship, I can't remember his name. Did he come out in any other set besides just the one? Or...
Boromir only came out in the Mines of Moria set.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Good luck.
And Gimli, besides having a keychain fig, I think also only came in 2, maybe? Council
Didn't
of
he come in a
Elrond
Dimension
and...
set?
Yeah, he did come in a Dimensions.
set.
Okay. All right.
And Legolas comes in Dimensions as well.
Yeah, I have Legolas and Gimli from Dimensions.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like, it's been bothering me, and you two are the best people to talk to about anything when it comes to Lord of the Rings Lego sets, so that's where we're at. You really are. I mean...
Here's one more tweet for discussion, I guess. Proud to join the celebration of the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary. They're really pulling for anniversaries here. The 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm. Come on. Come on, Lego. Come on, man. All right. Stay tuned for a special new Lego Star Wars trademark construction set to celebrate this amazing milestone.
Boy, I wonder if it's a UCS R2D2.
I think it's going to be a UCS Droideka in red.
Perfect.
And I'm actually breaking embargo right now by saying I have the Droideka. It's actually right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, never mind.
Josh's face. Like,
Zing. Josh is like, I'm going to excommunicate this man right now.
I've never seen what almost a stroke looks like, and now I have.
And this is the problem. We send most of the products to like Brian, different contributors, and so I never know what people have or when things are arriving. So yeah, you could just like pull anything random out, and I'm like, oh, there's that. Yeah, I guess you did get that. And we're probably not supposed to talk about that. I have no idea what's happening.
Nobody tells you, like, hey, Joshua, I got this. Nobody tells you that.
I think I'm probably one of the people that does that because half of the stuff that I get, I never know when it's coming, and I'm like, hey, what's this for? Didn't say anything. Oh, wait, that actually was... Oh, did you want me to talk about that today, or could we just do it next Tuesday? The book.
Let's do the book. Let's
Sure.
talk about the book.
Yeah, you can show
Book?
that off.
Okay.
That's not.
All right, here.
Yeah.
Let me grab it real quick. I forgot about that. Hold on.
You don't even have it ready. You have to go grab it. Like you know
It's right over there.
It's not right in front of
Kirk,
you.
I'll
though.
stall while you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
I have a feeling we'll find out more about this tweet from the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm Limited soon enough, everybody. Stay tuned to Beyond the Brick and the social media channels for more information.
Are we really going to talk about it? I mean, is that really the
Oh,
thing
boy.
that's going to happen? Oh, okay.
Hey, Kirk, what's your book?
Okay, so this just showed up randomly in the mail, and I had no clue it was showing up. This is a new book from DK Publishing. It's about Lego life hacks. So basically, it's just 50 cool ideas on things that you can make with pieces in your collection. So it has like a variety of things. So you can make like phone holders, paper clips, and hold up. There's one thing I saw actually that was pretty cool. Where is it? Shoot. All right. So there's like this cool like text storage build. So you can store different devices in there, like an SD card and stuff. So I might actually build one of those because it actually looks pretty interesting. You can also make a cable holder for your wires and stuff for like your charger. So it's just different stuff in there. This actually is going to be available. Oh, it's actually today's the 20th, right? Yeah, it's available today.
Yeah, it is.
Actually. So yeah, so you guys can check that out. I don't have the link to it or whatever, but it's probably on DK's site. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting book for those of you guys that are into like building and making like small little builds to use around your household.
It looks very colorful.
It is. It is.
inside.
It's yeah. It's a lot of there's also like some Technic sort of related projects in there too.
Send photos of those pages to Brian.
So you have like a padlock and some other stuff in there. Where's the other thing?
Bobo, that would go to Brian.
Make the paper crinkle, so that's cool. So it's all sorts of stuff in there.
Cool. Hopefully you can build something from it. Thanks for showing it off.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait a second, Kirk. How long have you had that book?
Not that long. I got it last week.
Okay, so you've had it for a whole week, and instead of showing us some of the builds and their uses, you decide to show us pictures from the picture book?
Hey, I have stuff I am working on.
No, you don't. You
I
don't have
do.
things that take up 18 hours of your day.
released a
video
today. I have things I'm working
That
on.
does not take up all day.
No,
You're not
no.
sitting there going, well, Kirk Wilson here. You're not doing that all day.
No.
Look at Jeff, that's the professional streamer, just
have to do.
getting on everyone to create more content.
Man,
That's right. Speaking of content, if you want a good time, come see us at Tons of Fun on Friday, where we're going to have the Hanlon.
What a shill. What a shill.
Hey, I'm just gonna push everybody else to do content. Take a manga.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
oh man.
Josh, I'm really excited to see your story arc finish this Friday. Are you excited?
I am. Oh man, I watched the latest episode with the family. Oh yeah, I'm excited to see what I do in the end and how my story wraps up.
I don't really want to piss Joshua off because that's
I
mean
feel
and
like my
brutal.
character is going in a really positive direction. It'll definitely be good for the other people around him on the show.
Not crazy at all. Nope, perfectly sane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
He's
Dan's like, what are you
definitely-
guys talking about? Hi, Dan. What's up, buddy? You good?
I'm just decided I'm going to sit quietly this week. I don't want to get taken off the email list.
Oh. I mean, they haven't taken me off.
The closest now I don't run the email list. Okay, I don't know. I think closest is Jeff.
What?
I would take, what would be a solid quarantine cast? Me, Josh, Kirk, and April. Solid. Solid.
Wow.
It's just like kicking people off as they're sitting here on this.
No, and then you know what? The wild card. So I'm reporting back from the compound for yet another week. Everybody, hello, Joshua. And Jonathan, I know he's at jury duty right now, but it's so good to see you and everyone else. Kirk, what's he working on?
So, Brian, when Dan and I meet you, you know you're going to get sat on by the both of us, right?
You know why?
threatening him
You
is
know
a good
why?
help.
You know why he doesn't want us here? Because we give him grief. That's why. Because we stand
Yeah.
up to him.
Yeah,
He just
Brian's
wants to
not
have a
really
group
us,
that
you
he
know
can
what?
do all the talking and nobody else gets a word in edgewise.
Brian's trying to kick people off the island here now.
Hey, the Red Sox are doing really well, everybody. That's pretty. Dan, do you follow the Red Sox?
Dan doesn't
Mhm.
understand that reference, Brian. You got to talk about, like, I don't know, cricket or rugby or something. What do people do over there?
Disc golf,
Yeah.
frisbee golf, disc golf. Yeah, hey, how about disc golf, Dan?
I don't watch cricket. Cricket's
Oh.
terrible. Rugby, yes, I'll watch rugby, but not cricket.
Cricket, I really enjoyed when I was in Australia. I actually really enjoyed watching cricket. Once I figured out the rules, I found. But I just enjoy watching pretty much any sports in general. Once I figure out how it works, I find it fun to watch. So I thought it was pretty cool once I actually figured it out. It takes a long time to figure it out, though. Like I guess like most sports, if you don't know what it's about.
So,
Oh,
Joshua,
I
are
don't
you
think it's
flying
as
us up-
complex
oh, I'm
as
sorry,
American
Dan.
football. Sorry. I don't think cricket's as complex as American football. There's some rules in that I don't think anyone really understands what's going on there, to be fair.
No, it's true. I think my problem with cricket was as an American, you go in with like baseball knowledge, and so it's you keep trying to figure out like, oh, how is this similar to baseball, but also what are all the things that are different, and what do I need to like relearn here? So I think that was my problem. If I just started from scratch, it would have been easier.
And the other thing with cricket is, sorry, Jeff. The other thing with cricket is that there's multiple formats. So you have your 5-day test match, you have a 1-day test match, and then you have a newer format called 2020, which shortens the 1 day down to just 20 overs. And they consider that to be Big Bash because they just go out and they go hard and they just try and get as many runs as possible. And that, in my opinion, 2020 is the best one to watch because it's like short, sharp cricket, and cricket's like watching paint dry at the best of times.
That's what was on when I was in Australia, was the Big Bash. So it was exciting stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's worth watching.
So, Joshua, are you
I like
flying
the
us-
Water's comment that we should get cast on Lego Masters and then get into a fight so that it helps our careers out. He's always looking how to get a step up, climb that ladder. That's what I like about Joseph. So I like that idea. Unfortunately, I didn't make it onto season 2 as hard as I tried here in the U.S. So we'll see what I can do in the future, though.
Neither did me and Kirk, Joshua. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, neither did I.
Oh man, so much
tried out.
potential wasted.
I don't need Lego Masters. I have Luigi.
I mean, do you?
Not yet, but I will.
I was gonna say you don't
One
have
day.
it yet.
One day. You know that's gonna stink. So Lego is more than likely gonna send out reviews for it, right? But like the first time that the
I
championship happened.
I hope to God that I get it and you don't.
Jeff, shut up. All right.
Jeff, why would we ever send you any Mario product?
I have no idea. Just to spite Brian.
I do so much for this channel that's not I was gonna say I am beyond the brick, like with the shield and
He's got too big of a head now. Josh,
The
you
only
have to
thing
say
I would-
someone else.
This is what we want.
it's a
The
reference
only
to
thing I would
him.
ever send to Jeff is the
I understand that
revitalized
reference.
Bionicle line. Besides that, Jeff will never receive anything.
Cool.
Oh, the hard work you
Can't
put in,
wait.
Jeff.
I will turn one of those bionicle things into a butt plug, and you will rue the day.
Okay. Lego Luigi ASMR. Ooh, that Oh, there he goes. So
I was just
what's
going to say
be-
my spot on the email list is safe now. I'm sweet.
So what's going to be the protocol for Lego Luigi? Are you going to want me to do ASMR Luigi style?
I want you to do ASMR everything, Brian, because that's what I used to sleep at night. So whatever you can do, I'm in.
I mean, there's another great session from Sniffle Blocks. Joshua, can you highlight that?
I missed it. Where is it?
Oh, you missed it. It's further up.
Kirk now has double the Mario figures to apply. You know what's the unfortunate reality is that I know for a fact that if it was sent to Boone to do a review on,
He's gonna dissect it.
he would dissect it. But then, what's the difference between Lego Mario and Lego Luigi? Let's find out. And that would do better than any video I'll ever do.
No, what you see, you can do a review, and then you can send the figure to Boone, and then we can get twice the content.
Once I have it, you're not taking it from me.
You're gonna pick up more versions, more copies, whatever. So you just send yours to him, and then we get all the content.
To answer Alyssa's question, no, I did not destroy him yet. He's still safe, but his screen's still damaged. He's just up on the shelf, just waiting for his doom.
Genuine question. I have a genuine question because obviously I went to bed last night and there was no Mario stuff and it was all taken down and we weren't allowed to talk about it. This morning I get up and it's all free game. Is the figure, this is a genuine question, is the figure exactly the same, a recolor, or is it actually molded different?
It's different.
It's slightly different.
Taller.
The face has an indent on the front to, imply a little bit of a face narrow. It's also 1 brick taller overall. So the hat is a little bit taller, the head is a little bit taller, and the feet are a little bit taller. So the suits still fit between Mario and Luigi, but overall he's a little taller.
So
It's
is
gonna
that
look weird with the wrong hat?
is the electronic body section of it exactly the same?
Yes.
So they've just made the accessories slightly larger. Okay. All right, interesting.
Which is good if they want, which they're gonna allow you to swap between. But hope we can put the Luigi overalls on the Mario brick. Yeah, you'll be able to. There are people actually that have lined up both images of the same size because they have the crispy images of both, and they've lined them up. And there's a 1 brick difference between Mario and Luigi.
Wow.
Yeah,
because he is taller in game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a different mustache, Sam. It's only got 1 swoosh instead of 2 like Mario.
It's I think that's
Yeah,
Brian breaks
all right.
Brian breaks down the swooshes in Luigi's mustache string.
You can break down Dunkirk
Quality
with Jeff before he gets banned again. All right.
I was kicked, not banned, and I had every right to be kicked because I shouldn't have said that, Joshua.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's like every show I do with Jeff. It's like, Jeff, do we know what we did wrong this time? And he's like, yes, Brian.
No one ever learns their lesson on this stream. I don't know.
Hey, Joshua, I have a silly question about Quarantine Cast number 50. So are you going to fly the Italian Stallion, the New Zealand Stud, the North Carolina Carp, and April and I to Indiana so we can all cast from there? Like, is that so? It's like a round table. Are we going to do that or no? No.
That's a negative for episode 50, but if we're still doing this in like a couple of years, maybe.
Oh God.
So,
I don't want to go into managed isolation on the way back. So
Yeah, that's fair. Plus America's
Yeah.
I'm in talks with Joshua on how to celebrate the upcoming anniversaries of the Quarantine Cast.
Okay.
None of us will be invited.
That's true.
Yes,
they'll
it's
have to get the OG crew. Who was the OG crew?
me and Josh.
Me and Brian awkwardly staring at each other.
It's me. I like Mario. Him. I like history. 3 hours.
Here's a good wait, where'd this I lost this question in the chat. Oh, right here from Melissa. So what are thoughts on the stream here? Because I don't have enough of a knowledge base to decide which of us is which. So what would you say?
I'm saying that you're definitely Mario and your brother is Luigi because he's always in the background. You don't really think about him.
Who is taller, Joshua?
I think we're super similar in height, actually. I think almost exactly the same.
Who's heavier?
Me, for sure.
You're definitely Mario, then, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you both wear the red. Yeah, John's a little like not lankier, but he's got like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
Maybe John's Waluigi, and then you're Mario.
No,
right?
No,
Oh,
he's definitely
wait.
Luigi.
But which one of us on here is going to be Wario? Oh, it kind of has to be me, right? The
Yes.
evil,
110%.
I think you capture it well.
the Wario, right?
Can we
Yeah,
have, can we have
We're
Kevin
both
Hinkle draw
Mario.
you
Is
as
that an
Mario?
option? Like
yeah.
like
I think you're
multiple
both Mario.
dimensions or something?
Yeah,
Kirk
I'd
is
say
definitely Waluigi. So
because he's so tall. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Me and Kirk are Wario Waluigi. Yes.
I really want to be Toad though. Toad's my favorite.
You're not
Nintendo character.
you got a very
Toad's
unique
always
chef
been my
Ted.
favorite. It's the Toad and Toadette are the only two Mario Lego characters that I got. I had Brian send them back to me because that's the only ones I wanted.
Kirk, give us your best Waluigi.
No,
Okay. All right. Well,
just no. I really don't remember how he even sounds.
it's kind of like a nasally, like Waluigi, wah wah. You do a lot of wah.
Okay.
Well, I'm Kirk Wilson, and I'm too cool with my glasses and impeccable style to do anything. Hold on.
I mean, something else to discuss because I guess we ran out of Lego topics. The Shang-Chi trailer was revealed
Yes.
yesterday,
That was.
which is weird because we still haven't seen anything about Eternals. And that was supposed to come out.
Lego sets. They're in the catalog.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying, like, wasn't Eternals supposed to come out before Shang-Chi?
Oh, wasn't Black
No.
Widow supposed to come out before
was it-
Shang-Chi?
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was. Yeah, that's still coming out before.
Is
I don't
it?
know. Yeah, it is. It said July on Disney Plus Premier Access now.
Oh, sweet. So for $30, I can go see a movie I was kind of on the fence about in the first place.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Mhm. It took them long enough because as much as people kept saying it, they were like so.
I wish
Sorry.
Sony would do that and put out Ghostbusters.
Jeremy,
Not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Jeff,
I know.
you'll,
They did say. Wait, what were we saying?
Jeff, you'll be 15 years in the ground before that movie comes out. Not
God,
a
I
chance.
hope so.
They said I saw somewhere on Netflix account, one of their accounts, they said that future Sony releases or whatever would be coming to Netflix or the Spider-Man stuff or whatever. They would be showing it on there.
You're not getting the
Once-
MCU on.
Yeah.
You're not getting the full MCU.
Yeah,
We have the
not
MCU
that.
on Amazon though, which is really weird. Like the Captain America movies, the first Avengers movie, it's kind of strange.
You got to pay for them though.
It's Prime. It's
Yeah,
so,
it's with included. Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Mhm. It's like a weird selection.
yeah, it really is. I think those were still under the Paramount banner when those movies. I don't remember.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Joseph Zawada watched Dan's Lego room tour today. Good stuff. I wish milk came in so many sizes in the States.
What is this about milk? Well, we need to hear more about this. Also, I haven't seen this video yet. So, Dan, did you do a studio tour?
This is what you're excited about?
Wait, what?
You're excited about milk?
It's
better than the stick in
it's
the
a
wheel
universal
theory,
product.
Bush.
It's a universal product that's packaged differently in different countries around the world. So it's interesting to see how it's consumed.
By who?
Wow.
Go for it, Dan.
Dan,
Explain
what
yourself.
do you have to share?
My God. So out of that whole video, that's what you took out of it. And we
It's
have
Joseph
milk in
Zawada.
different
It makes
sizes.
sense.
Oh my God.
Joseph Sawada,
Okay.
he's so culturally above the rest of us that he picks up on these little things that just zoom by the rest of us.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Okay. In a nutshell, we have different milk providers in the country. There's multiple of them. We're very much a dairy country, by the way. Big screen, geez.
Gotta look at the room.
So all of these drawers here, mostly the ones in the middle, I have the bottom of milk bottle containers as inserts in these drawers. Now, because we have multiple different sizes of milk bottle containers, you have different configurations in the drawers. So we have a large... This is so boring. I'm sure this is not what people come to watch.
This is the
I
most
actually want to know.
we've talked about.
Honestly, I want to know what this is.
Oh my God.
Thanks,
So
Kurt.
we have a large 3-liter bottle, which you can get 2 on one side, and then we have 2 different shaped 2-liter bottles. One of them is square, one of them is a smaller rectangle, and then we have 1-liter bottles, which have nice small squares, and you can get 12 of these into the drawers that I use. So these are the ones I use for all these little pieces.
So you cut the bottom of the milk container off?
Yeah.
Whoa,
and then
that's great.
and then just chuck the rest into the recycling. And because I collected a lot of these when the kids were smaller, and we had 3 kids, so we went through milk. We went through a lot of milk, but I had to put my order in with when I was at the supermarket. I'd get I would actually buy certain types of milk with certain shaped containers just to get the ones I needed for my drawers. And it took about a year to actually collect enough to do all of these drawers, or all of the ones that I needed to do. But yeah, so that's basically where that's at. To put it into perspective, I guess. Here, actually.
Shout out to the chocolate milk gang out there as well. That's right. Proud card carrying member here. Me and Alyssa definitely got to get in on the chocolate milk.
So here is an example of square 2-liter containers, and this is an example of the rectangle 2-liter container, and you can also get 3 of them up in here. And you get just a little bit of room at the top to stick something larger. So that's what I do.
That's very smart.
So hey Dan, is it like anything like interesting milk? Is it like spider milk or something?
No, nothing interesting.
Oh,
It's just normal cow milk. Here.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
Brilliant.
No, don't. Not again. Not again, Dan. Not again.
These are the 3-liter ones, by the way.
is it like lizard milk then?
No, just regular cow's milk, mate. Just like you.
Oh,
Pretty sure.
that's a bummer.
No, there's nothing actually special about the milk at all. It's just the containers are extremely useful.
Oh,
If I could, though, to be fair, these style drawers that we use are quite prolific in New Zealand. I'd love to have somebody make some inserts that actually fit the drawers and there's no wasted space. That'd be great. I don't know about anybody else, but I like to have partitions and large drawers, not just waste the space. Storage is a thing, right? Lego storage is a thing. We could talk about Lego storage for hours and hours, and everyone would be different. And there's no right or wrong way to store your Lego. It's all personal preference.
yeah,
True.
absolutely.
But anyway, thanks, Joseph, for watching the video. I appreciate it.
Now
Pretty
I've
sure
got
you're
it.
the only person that did.
I didn't know that you did a room tour video. I'm gonna check that out after this.
It's not very exciting. My room's not exactly very big.
It looks very
Good
nice
stuff,
back
man.
there.
Thank
It
you.
does.
Ryan, have you ever done a studio tour?
No.
Wow. You gotta give the people what they want.
This place is in various states of disarray at any given time. So right now it's in a state of disarray. So one day.
I know how you feel, and mine was in exactly the same state of disarray. And one day I just decided I would just remove all the disarray and stick it outside the door and just show the good stuff.
Yeah, right.
So,
I
that's
have a lot
basically
of
what I did.
I have a lot of hodgepodge in my room too. It's not really like a nice system like Dan, you got that whole background there. It's very like all one, style. Like I just got a bunch of mishmash everywhere.
Yeah.
I'll just have to give a shout out to my lovely wife who actually helped me build all of this cabinetry. We built this all together. We painted it together, and when I say painted, I sort of stood there and watched and gave encouragement. I don't really like painting, but we did this together. We did this just at the end of our own lockdown last year, actually.
Cool. It looks really good.
I like this comment, which is like the most dangerous system you could possibly come up with here. So you got to cut the plexiglass and then use hot glue to seal it. It's like if you want to like lose a finger or seriously hurt yourself, then I would suggest trying this system.
That's what Cody does. He's like, dude, it's just simple. You just go and rob a bank and you have free money. Like that's his line of thinking. He just goes from 0 to 100.
To be fair, Cody is more mechanically inclined than anyone here except maybe April.
Right. That's fair.
Wow. Wow, that was rough, mate. Did you just assume that because she's a female, she wasn't mechanically minded?
No, I assumed that we're not mechanically minded.
No, he said she was.
mechanically minded.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I just assumed
Dan,
she
did you
wasn't. She
assume
was a
that I was
female.
being rude to April because she's a
Yeah.
female?
A female.
Gotta clean the wax out of your ears, Dan. I know it's early over there, but geez.
True that. To answer Cody's question, I have considered doing various methods of permanent, I guess. No, I've lost it. Permanent dividers. There you go. There's the word I was looking for. But preferably, I would like ones that are removable, so I can just grab the container of the parts that I want and not the entire drawer. But anyway, yeah. All personal.
Well,
preference.
I mean, what words are happening? So Tiago did a bit of a how he does his stuff, and like a drawer, and then it's got the partitions in it. Is that something that you would go for, or no?
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like I prefer to be able to pull the container out and bring it to my desk. I think I saw Tiago's ones, and I'm pretty sure they're the same drawers that they have at Lego for the designers.
Yeah,
He just took them with him when he left.
Probably with all the Lego in it as well.
These are mine now. Bye.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Lego wouldn't care because they, at the end of every day, every piece of Lego that a designer has touched that's not in a concept model gets put into a bin and recycled, sent off to a recycling place to get melted down into chairs.
We should hijack that truck one day.
Every single piece that they touch, even if they don't use it, they just have to touch it.
Dan's hurt by
And
this.
it's gone. I am hurt by this. And the rationale behind it is that every time they design a model or work on designing a model, they have to use brand new pieces so that they are experiencing the build for the first time, just like you would when you were building it. It's true. It's a genuine, true story.
Seems fair enough.
This truck is hijackable, right?
Well, we just got to find it, I guess.
I mean, that's
just
like 3
sit
days
outside.
of scouting, some bad coffee.
I don't even think it'll take that long. We just sit outside Lego and just watch for all the trucks that leave and then just pull them over down the street, you know?
Did Markians really notice two fat guys just sitting there like drinking coffee and eating a sandwich for 3 days?
All right.
I don't think they would. I think we'd be good. Yeah? All right.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Maybe when when we can travel freely and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we go to the Lego house while we're there, though? I'd really like to visit that.
Yeah, we'll do that first, then rob the place.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay,
Sounds
right.
Oh, well,
Enough about
Speaking of
theft, Kirk.
crime,
What do you want to say?
Kirk, what?
huh? Oh, I was gonna say something, but I don't think I can actually say it
Oh.
because,
So
like
let's
Jeff
take it
said,
Display at the Lego house.
Kirk doesn't work on things. He doesn't have anything he's working on, but I actually have something that I have to do potentially this week. But I will share that off stream, not here.
Kirk, did you get invited to display at the Lego house? Is that what happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
That would be
That
cool.
would be a justifiable. I'm sorry for making fun of you using your time, but I'm still going to just keep doing that because you don't do anything.
Okay, that's fine.
You have to reach a certain point before Jeff will stop making fun of how you use your time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I make fun of Brian all the time.
Can we get just a hair product stream? We really need to get some hair
Wow.
product sponsors on Beyond the Red here.
Brian,
Look at this.
that does not.
What do you think of that Crocs sponsorship email I sent you, Brian?
Oh, I was all in. All in. Crocs with socks?
I'm such a big fan of Crocs. I mean, they're such a universal product. They have so many uses. Just everything. I love it. Yeah, we should do that sometime.
And the way the email was structured too, it's like, "Hello, I am Croc. You want socks?" That's what the email basically said.
Interesting.
Seems legit.
Brian Scissorhands in the chat.
You know your hair's going to get to a point where you're not going to want to cut it. That's what happened with my youngest son, Alex. He was growing his hair as a bit of a joke over lockdown, and that was a year ago. He still hasn't cut it.
Oh well.
When I shaved it, I think 2 weeks before I did the Mario review. So it's almost a year. It's close enough. It's getting there.
Yeah.
I gotta cut it for a good reason, Dan. It's gotta be a good method behind it.
Why don't you donate it to like a cancer society or something where they make wigs and stuff and give it to kids?
Could.
Isn't
We'll
that
see.
a good enough like thing to do? Or
I think you
Yeah,
have to have a
over
lot of
here-
length for that.
Yeah, you do. Over here, they do. Well, we have a campaign called "Shave for a Cure," and it's exactly that. You shave your head, fundraise for cancer, and that's what my son has planned for this year. And he's only 14, so I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do.
that is pretty.
How long is his hair compared to mine?
Well, because his hair is very straight, it's probably longer.
Yeah.
But it is very straight. It's like mine. It sort of just sits flat on his head. But his fringe comes down to past his chin.
Oh, nice.
And the back of his hair comes down. It actually curls at his collar. So I don't know. But he's playing drums now, so he looks a little bit like a rock star. So he's all good.
It fits the
He's all
look.
good.
All right,
He's
so
got the
Dan,
look. He's got it going on.
is he any good at the drums? I don't mean to say that as like a jerk. I just mean like as like
Well, I
dad
don't-
that's listening.
I don't know because we were smart and we bought an electric drum kit. So all I can hear is like just tap tap tapping on the electric drums all the time. So I can't actually hear the drumming noise, but it seems rhythmic enough from a
That's cool.
non-musical standpoint.
Yeah.
He practices every day, so
That's good.
I like the variety of topics we've covered today. I feel like we've really hit on a lot of important stuff.
We've made some serious headway into something.
Brian, when are you and Guy going to do your Mario movie stream?
We'll find out. I'll have my management reach out to him, and we'll have a talk.
I can't roll my eyes when you say things like that anymore because you do have a management team. Damn it.
True. You know,
Look at this guy in his Luigi hat. Jeez.
ladies, I'm very single.
can't wonder why. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Because of this.
Didn't mean to.
Oh. So before we finish the stream, do you have any coffee left, Brian, or what do you got to plug here?
I have autographed prints on my Etsy store.
Oh, I saw those. They're like a classical looking, like old timey postcard. I love that. That's my favorite thing you've ever done, right there.
I've
It's-
released so much stuff.
They're pretty good.
This
though.
is it.
I love that nostalgic postcard look. Anything like that is great.
Yeah, so I sign the back, whatever people want me to sign, and then the front. Because I've done autograph prints before because people ask for them, but they're always too big, so that just fits in an envelope. Stamp it out, and it's good. So people like them. So it's on my Etsy shop. Now that you mention it, I'll link it in case anyone wants an autograph from your boy. And I got
Who
stickers up there.
designed it? Who did the design for the postcard?
A graphic artist I work with named Guy Rodwell. He's very, very excellent at his job.
He's very,
and
he is
I
very
work
good
with
at
him
his job.
constantly. He's fantastic. Kevin Hinkle did the character design, but Guy did the design for my skyline I use and also for the entire postcard. So great work.
That's nice.
Does look cool.
Yeah.
Can I get one that's not autographed though? I'd like it to keep its value.
Yeah, you can just buy it on the Etsy store.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can you send one to me, autographed or not, whatever? Just anything you want to put on there, I'll accept it and I'll cherish it forever.
Yeah, just buy it off the Etsy store.
I was gonna say,
Oh
Joshua,
boy.
you have to send me the Luigi or else.
Well, I'll let my management reach out to you. How about that? We'll talk.
Postcards are great. When I travel, I buy postcards from different countries, send them back to friends and family. It's a lot of fun. I think postcards are very underrated. These days they aren't used nearly as much because you've got the internet. So it used to be when you were traveling abroad, that was the only way to communicate was send back a little note. But now you can just instantly communicate. So it's not as used as it was, but I still think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to send anyone anything. You just post it on Facebook or Instagram, and then they come to you and have to have a look at it.
That's
Right.
also true. But that's a good idea, Brian. You could do what Alyssa does with ravens. Man, if somebody sent me a raven, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, there's some more fall through rate with that though. The postal service is reliable. Ravens, I haven't trained well enough to make that happen.
Oh, some carrier pigeons.
It's just a flock of pigeons carrying the next Build-A-Bob to your house. Pop it right on the doorstep.
I have an entire closet of red polo shirts, and I just cycle through them. When John and I travel, it's just the hotel closet is just full of red shirts, and that's it.
I low-key believe you.
Is in there as well to go with it.
Yeah.
What about the suit? Does the suit go with you when you travel?
If it's a special enough occasion, it depends on what's happening. Maybe if there's a keynote happening, something where I'm on stage, then the suit comes along.
That's good. That's a good game plan.
Before we get out of here, yeah, Echo makes a good point about the Twitch Lego or Twitch brick building raid train that happens in about 35 minutes. If you guys want to promo that real quick.
Oh, Dan's gonna be quiet, I guess. So
I was just going to say, you could stretch it out for another 35 minutes, and then, on your Twitch stream, you could raid into the beginning of the
Josh,
raid
doesn't
train.
know how to do that.
That'd
I'm not
work.
even a mod.
Oh, my goodness.
You're muted.
And you're muted.
Muted.
Nope.
John Walker, you're muted. Yes, John Walker, you're muted.
Is he?
Uh-oh, the
No.
microphone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, his microphone's just
Microphone.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. It's time to wrap it up here. I've
There's
been
a-
Josh Hanlon,
Okay.
and
Can you hear me
everyone's been awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think the mic must have died. My bad. Well, luckily we're about to finish anyway.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so
Anyway.
there's a brick building raid train that happens on Twitch. Just follow each of these lovely people on Twitch, and it goes one into another into another.
How do I make you a mod on our Twitch? Can I do that right now, Brian? Because I feel like I think we've had this situation in the past.
Yeah, if you type in the chat /MOD space.
The chat of this stream?
No,
on
on,
the
the
Twitch
on the
stream.
Twitch channel.
From the Twitch side, yeah, not on the.
Right. So I'm trying to get. So I'm on Twitch. I got to get to our stream.
Yep, you go
Yeah.
to the stream.
Are you logged
top-
in? That'd be
Yes.
handy.
Where do I find this here?
Okay, so if you're logged into the channel, you go to the top right where you see your logo.
Yeah.
Go to channel.
Okay.
Feel free to screen share it. We can talk you through it. It's all good. It's all a learning curve. That's what we're here for.
You'll see home, about, schedule, videos, and chat. You're going to click on chat.
Where I put something in chat here? You want me to? Yeah. Okay.
So if you have
And then
the chat,
type /MOD and then space.
Oh, I'm already
Really?
yeah, I just became a mod. I wasn't a mod
Slacking.
before.
/MOD space between the bricks.
I got it.
Right in there.
Okay. I guess I don't know, but now I am, so that's cool.
Wait, I just tried that. I tried between the bricks. Did I do that wrong? Let's
One
see.
word.
The
Yeah.
the bricks.
Wow, way to go, Dan.
It says invalid username.
Oh, then you should definitely do /MOD space April B.
Thank you to everyone watching us on Twitch, by the way.
Yes. Hello.
Sweet.
I don't know. None of these seem to work, and then Brian just magically became a mod.
We'll
I
figure it
have-
out.
No,
We'll figure it out.
they're working because you've made me a mod, so that's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Maybe April's a mod now too.
All right. Well, I'll keep that up on future streams, and we'll keep that chat nice and tidy for you.
Thanks, Fancy Pancake 42.
We do occasionally have some spammers on Twitch, so yeah, it's good to keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
Want to
bots.
be famous?
The wannabe famous bots are the worst ones.
Yeah, they always bombard you.
Yep.
And they always come in pairs or triples for some strange reason.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, now that you're a mod, can you send our viewers over to someone else? Is that how that works?
Now the streamer still has to do it.
Yeah, you still have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, why'd I go through all that trouble?
We'll just keep you
That was
tidy.
the whole point of what we were
I don't
doing
know.
here.
No, so it doesn't
It
matter.
is very
Jake-
easy, though. It's very easy. We could show you how to do it. It's very, very.
Game starts in another 30 minutes anyways, so we're wrapping up now anyway.
Well, everyone who's watching
Yeah.
should go over and watch the rest of these Lego streamers that are going to be going on in a half an hour.
You
Yes.
should. It's a good time.
All day. What have we got? Like 14 hours worth of some crazy
Mhm.
Yeah.
raid train time?
Yep. Be
It's
good.
gonna be awesome.
All day. All day.
Do our viewers get the points bits? Is that what they're called, Brian? That
You have to be an affiliate, which means you got to have.
Oh man, we're not cool enough to get that. Sorry.
You're close.
I wish people could spend points, but sorry.
Close.
Well, someday we'll make it. If people keep watching, tell your friends. We'll make it there eventually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just watch this
Absolutely.
tutorial. That's true. I probably should. I can never figure it out.
That's a
The
John
Twitch
thing.
is just beyond me. It seems like I never know what's happening.
I'm trying to convince Jang to go on Twitch too. We'll see.
Oh, Jang would be a good Twitch streamer.
I know he would. I keep trying to tell him that. He's like, ah.
He's so professional. He would know what he's doing. His lighting would look good.
Yep.
We'd all be out of a job.
Not me. I'd be into a job because I'm odd for him now. So
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh,
sweet.
thank you. We should probably charge the mics occasionally, shouldn't we?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably should.
Might be wise.
Yeah.
You would think 48 episodes in, I would be able to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
48, man. This
I
is-
know what has happened, Brian. I mean,
I don't know, man.
It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. We got to figure out something spicy to do.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's been a lot on these streams, hasn't it? I mean, we've
Yes.
produced more quality content in this year than I think in all of the past years of Beyond the Break. Honestly,
You think this is quality?
just the amount of content that's come out of these streams. Yeah.
It's gonna be good eventually, right? We should do a build challenge because we're
A
Lego
what?
channel.
We don't
We'll
build
do a
here.
build challenge.
No, we don't build Lego on this show. No.
But Dan, April, Kirk, and I kind of do.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
See, episode 48. It's pretty exciting. We're almost to episode 50. You
Thanks
start
for practicing,
you start,
Kirk.
you start a stream or a show, and it goes from this. it goes from this, and now we have Brian with his crazy hair. So
Wait, Andreas was in the
This is the
compound
first
way
episode.
back then?
oh boy, he's got some things to answer. Oh boy, I did it. Oh, okay. We gotta find out what's
Brian, you
going
look
on.
so
Andreas.
thin.
huh? I looked just as round back then.
Yeah.
The hair, though, man.
The hair though has changed. Once we end quarantine cast, we'll just do a show where we go out and record the show around as many people as possible in just super crowded areas.
Yeah, we need people breathing on us too, just really up close. Circle of life.
Joseph Zawada said if we did a build battle, he would provide a custom trophy.
Oh, maybe a Zelda themed trophy. That'd be very appropriate.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I think we should probably wrap it up there.
Wrapped up like 10
There's
minutes
more
ago.
streams happening on Twitch. More people doing cool stuff as always. Go check all that cool stuff out. Brian will probably be banning people in Minecraft or Fortnite or something. I don't really know what Brian does.
Definitely not Lego content.
That's right. All I know is that he doesn't do Lego content.
Swing by Friday to see Joshua get interviewed by people.
Oh, that's right. Am I doing that? Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna.
invited your brother too. So
I think I should be. I think that should work. I'll let you know if anything changes.
I
Jeff.
think
But
that
we
potentially-
haven't talked about. I have no idea what your show is. Like, is there anything I should know before it, or just show up?
Nah, just show up.
Okay.
Do your research, Josh.
Maybe have a couple of
I've
drinks
always
beforehand.
wanted to walk out from an interview. You know when you see that happen, where you just like, and then they get like caught up in the cords,
and just like,
and they're
yeah.
like throwing mics down and like knocking lights over and stuff. That's such a dream of mine.
I can make it happen.
We'll see one day. Well, hopefully that'll work out. Yes, and we can chat about something interesting. I'm sure.
Yeah, Ed Kirk's gonna be there too, so there's some like redeemability there.
Was I not a big enough pull for you that you had to bring Kirk in as well?
Kirk's one of my.
Do we have to share the same airspace to get your viewers to watch?
Sometimes I take Dan with me.
Kirk, I just want to say though, your lighting setup today is looking sick, man.
Well,
Yeah, it is.
that was thanks to a certain thing that showed up from one Joshua Hanlon. So
Actually, all credit goes to Timmy for that. Shout out
Timmy
to Timmy
did it.
for that
Oh well,
idea.
Timmy's the goat. I finally
right.
have a much better light, and I don't have to worry about something falling on my head. So that's great. That's great.
We've given John a lot of praise this episode. Too bad he's at jury duty.
That is like we're just saying a bunch of good stuff about him.
The
He's not
week
even
is
here
gone
to
is when we actually. Also, you can see how I just let everything fall apart when he's not here. Oh man, yeah, he really needs to get more credit. You know, if he wasn't so busy playing pickleball all the time, he would show up in streams sometimes.
Yeah, what's up with that? He copied like a video and everything, and there was a whole thing about it, and I was like, why am I watching this? Okay.
If anyone ever, if we ever do get anyone to come visit us here in the Beyond the Brick compound in northern Indiana, you're required to play pickleball with us. So hopefully that'll work out sometime if we can actually get some people here.
Oh yeah.
Kirk, I think pickleball tournament.
I think Kirk, you would easily take out Brian in a one-on-one pickleball.
100%. Yeah.
And I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, can you imagine what if we had like me, John, Kirk, and Brian, and then we recorded that video and put it on Beyond the Brick as like the Beyond the Brick pickleball match? And just what people would think and say. It'd get like 20 views.
It could be
and
like
no one would know.
we could have someone film it like the that Office episode where they're playing basketball in the warehouse. Just have it like that. That'd be hilarious.
I'm sure it was. I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen that one. Okay.
So do you live near the Great Lakes?
Yeah, not. It's like an hour drive to Lake Michigan, so it's not too far. So it's very popular for people to go to the beach for a day, sort of thing. It's during the summer. It's super nice. Yeah, it's a really cool area. You got Chicago, and then you can go to there's a lot of dunes, so there's like a lot of campgrounds on the dunes and that sort of thing. The dunes areas are really neat. But you guys have a lot of like coastline and cool beaches and stuff there, so I suppose it's not that interesting to someone from New Zealand.
I guess the biggest difference though is when you go swimming at the beach here, you risk getting eaten by a shark. So
that's true. It's a little more tame here in Lake Michigan. That is true.
To be fair, a lot of people swim at the beach, and not very many people get eaten by a shark. But it does happen from time to time. So Chicago,
by a shark. It's such a strange.
So one half of Australia will kill you with snakes. The other half will kill you with bugs. The coastline of all of New Zealand, sharks may possibly kill you.
Yeah, and Australia too, for that matter, especially the southern coast of Australia.
Dan's been lying this entire time because he said there was nothing in New Zealand that was out to kill you. So
Well, technically, it's not in New Zealand. It's in the water. The water's not part of New Zealand, so it's all good.
There you go.
Do you have jellyfish? Do they come through New Zealand?
We do have a lot of jellyfish, but we don't have a lot of particularly dangerous ones like Portuguese man of war and stuff like that. I don't think we get those here. It's not tropical enough. We get a lot of blue bottles, which can sting you, but that's about it.
Yeah, a few years ago, I was swimming in the Mediterranean off the coast of Israel, and it just happened to be when the jellyfish were migrating down through the Red Sea, and got stung a few times. It didn't feel that bad. It's like a minor bee sting, sort of.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that were going through there. They're like their tentacles kind of come off, so they just float around in the water and will sting you. And then you see them floating on top of the water and stuff. But they were pretty small.
Did John have to fix this thing for you?
John was not there on that trip. This was during my my archaeological expedition to Israel that I was on, so John was not along for that.
So you had to have a stranger fix this thing?
Oh, I know where he's going with this.
Oh yeah, luckily there was some lifeguards on duty.
So the lifeguard fixed this thing.
Joshua,
Save
can
you,
you?
Brian, I was supposed to end this stream like 10 minutes ago, and I got distracted.
Yeah.
Now we really need to.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian's ready to move on with his day. He's got some minions builds to do, so.
Oh, boy.
Oh, bye everyone. Thank you for watching.